If Love and Gogi is wrong, I don't want to be right.
What would Socrates say to that?
It tickles my fancy.
Okay.
Goosies.
I don't have hair.
Oof.
You got Marcos.
That's not right.
Yeah,
That's true. You do got me. Get over here, Marcus. Let me look at you.
I don't want it.
Tobin and Leroy, ready to deploy. Had to hit it with a little journalism, but that was a decoy. Better have about me, boy. Okay, Leroy and Tobin, hold to the show, man. Still in the sauce with the show, and till then his half moon open. Sometimes go taste like a snowman. No proof, I'm a lie about a motor. No proof, like I always wanted him. I never hated him, I never traded him. And if I did, I never ever traded him. You know what is a star? Like another city, the driver's side Florida. Wish I could large, so many more. 10 in the more, never a bar. Hey, 10 in the more, 2 to the P. Nothing to you, but it's something to me. Hands up as ever, cute as could be. You can watch us on YouTube and view it for free. Hey, this one time for the Twitch. This one time for the text. This one time for the phone line. Whole time, wonder what they gonna do next.
You know, I just wish you guys would stop the quibbling.
Marcus, turn that music down, dude.
All right, dude.
I don't know, man. It's just as soon as the mics turn on, I don't feel so good. You know, I gotta bark off. You know,
Oh no!
it's just I think this might be a. I don't know. It may have struck last night.
Oh no! In the middle of the night.
Yeah, in the middle of the night, but it came back just now because I think I got a repeat of Cupcat Fever.
You can tell nobody's at your house.
Yeah, dude.
Hey, I got to tell you, that game was exciting.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was.
And what's up with the Panthers? Like, their guy that scored, that I'm like, who's that?
Who's that new Panther?
Right.
We got new Panthers. Balinskis.
I mean, it was like the thing that always amazes me is on the last goal, dude loaded up for like 3 seconds. He did the little slow skate. Right. Yeah. I'm like, hey, anybody gonna get him?
I liked at the end rush where Bob just does the old flick. He's like, see ya. Enjoy. Nice try, dummy. And then the Oilers are just in hell again because Canada is crying right now. That's a shame.
When McDavid and Draisaitl are out there, it's still terrifying.
Oh, of course. They're very good at making you think they're good.
You don't think Connor McDavid's good?
I don't know. He hasn't been good. I know he's yelling at himself. He's kicking himself because, look, he may have won the 4 nations, but there's one nation he can't conquer. Cat Nation.
What a just fun game. Nobody could get away, right? And I always hate, oh my goodness, nothing scares and terrifies me like the empty net.
Oh, yeah, when they go on that rush. You know what the funny thing is? It's like you got to put it in your mind, too, because it's like, all right, 30 seconds on a power play seems very long. But then for some reason, I'm like sitting there, I'm like, okay, this feels like it's going faster, but it's the same amount of time. It really messes with your mind.
It takes forever. And then I'm yelling, lock it up, lock it up. Get to the wall.
Typically the wall. Once you take them to the wall, usually they don't get off the wall. They got off the wall. I was like, oh no!
Right. And with all them guys huddled up on it's 2 passes and a firm shot, and the game's tied. And I'm like,
we get the headlines here, brought to you by Doral Volkswagen. Doral Volkswagen, choose from over 300 new Volkswagen models in stock with the Tiguan, the Taos, and the Atlas. And remember, when it comes to Volkswagen, the great deals are at Doral Volkswagen. The funny thing was, though, I'm listening to Paul Maurice after yesterday's game, and he's like, I don't think we played that great. And I was like, that's why you're the best, man. This is why. He just knows the temperature. He'll be more impressed after like a 2-1 loss than he's like,
right.
A little too willy-nilly for me out there yesterday. He goes, we won, but we didn't win like us. And I was like, oh, man.
And that's amazing about him. Like, whenever you think, oh, he's going after these guys, they're no. Look, we on a stretch here where been on the road a lot, and he'll just break it down. And, You know,
Well, we saw pumped up Paul yesterday in that last time out where he's just like he's giving it to everybody on the team.
right? Well,
What'd you
'cause,
say?
again, there was a couple of times where it was Draisaitl and Connor McDavid, and I was like a little nervous.
I love it. I love that the Panthers have them in hell right now. They're rats off a ship on their team in Canada. And
Back in
Canada,
first place,
don't think you won't. Hey, you won't let me listen to your sports radio up there, huh? You don't have the courage.
you can't listen to.
I can't grief listen. It says this is only for people in Canada. Good. Hide your
Really?
tears.
Really,
At least on their website it was.
they don't do the they don't do any like YouTube or nothing like that.
Maybe they do YouTube. Maybe I'll look at YouTube, but they geo-locked their website. I'm like, you cowards.
Geolock.
Yeah. So like your streams can be locked at a certain point. Like for example, when we on the Odyssey app, you can only listen to the Miami Heat on the Odyssey app up through Palm Beach County. Once you get past Palm Beach County, you can't listen to it anymore because the NBA wants you to buy their app. I don't know why they're geo-locking their sports radio station. Oh, wait. Yes, I do. Because you're cowards.
I mean, what do they all they talk about is hockey up there, right? And Canadian football.
Yeah, that's all they do. Of course. That's their bag. They love it.
Right.
That's their team.
All right.
Who is Edmonton's Canadian team? Is that the Rough Riders or is that Saskatchewan?
Saskatchewan is the Rough Riders.
Edmonton Tiger Cats? No, that's Hamilton.
Nope, the Edmonton Elks.
Oh, of course, the Elks. How could I forget? I'm sorry.
Can I just say, what a terrible nickname.
How many Grey Cups have they won, Frog Boy?
I don't know, but Baltimore's won more Grey Cups than Edmonton.
You don't know that.
Yes, I do.
What if Edmonton's been like the Patriots? They have a dynasty going.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, well, they were a different team before, Leroy, so you may remember this guy. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Warren Moon.
Yeah.
Oh,
He used to play for them. So
he did? I thought he was an Argonaut.
apparently,
Toronto was like the New York Yankees. The Argonauts were like the New York Yankees of Canadian football.
well, a long story short, Edmonton has won 14 Grey Cups.
Jeez. Oh, wow.
Baltimore won one.
My apologies. Oh, yeah? But they haven't won one in 10 years.
Yeah!
Been long enough.
So the Edmonton Elks.
Yeah, they used to be the Eskimos, but they had to change their name.
Yeah, well, politics, you know.
Yeah.
You gotta,
So
you
they
gotta
couldn't be the Eskimos anymore?
So technically, the Elks have not won a Grey Cup.
Well, technically, no, they have not.
Well, when Baltimore won one, you couldn't say the Cleveland Browns won one. So technically, yeah.
Been there, right? But last night, yeah, final score 4-3. So that is both wins this year for the Cats over the Edmonton Oilers. Uvis Balinskis opened up the scoring for the Cats. After that, it was tied 1-1. Anton Lundell, he gets the goal. Blast from Aaron Ekblad, he gets the assist. 3 points on the day for Lundy. Then you had Leon Draisaitl tied up at 2-2. And then in the third period, you got a goal from Nate Schmidt. And Swaggy, who I never sent to the Yotes, only threatened.
Oh my goodness.
He put the Cats up 4-2.
It's funny how when you're mad and you're telling the story, his ass was at the Yotes. Then after the fact, then it's like, no, merely suggested.
Well, threatened. I will say I threatened. I don't want to say I suggested.
You didn't threaten, dude. You sent him down.
No. I merely said if he doesn't get it together, I will send him to the Yotes, who did not exist, and he'd be there in an empty arena with no ice.
Carter Verhage.
Hey, listen, he didn't miss it. He didn't miss a beat. He just has to take his time and be weird with the syllables. Hey.
Carter Verhage.
Why does he breathe words like that?
He really pronounces that second H.
Hey. The Verhey's in the
he
barn.
probably asked like right before that how to pronounce it, and so he was enunciating, so he got it right.
Sergei Bobrovsky got the win. I'm sorry, what was that, Mr. President? I apologize.
We got to get on to ice hockey.
Cats will be back at it tomorrow. The Calgary Flames will be in town. Little afternoon action with the Cats, 3:00. And
That's weird, right? They play at 3. They always play during the day on the weekend, one day. And then the Heat play at 3 different times. They go 8:00 tonight.
Yep.
6:00 Sunday, 7:30 on Monday.
You're good.
Yeah.
They call you the scheduler.
No.
As Leroy said, the Heat will be back on the hardwood tonight against the Indiana Pacers. 8:00 coverage on 560 WQAM begins at 6:45. Indy is a 4.5-point favorite, 4th in the Eastern Conference. They've been good. They got it all.
They got Mr. Ugly Shooter.
Well, I'm hoping, TJ McConnell's questionable tonight, and I'm hoping he's going to miss the game because he kills the Heat.
That intangible kills the Heat.
He is king intangible.
Is it between him and who's the one in Boston?
Peyton Pritchard?
McConnell and Peyton Pritchard.
See, I feel like Peyton Pritchard's TJ McConnell had to crawl so Peyton Pritchard could walk. Like TJ McConnell is the OG intangible. Because his game's not even pretty. It's like it's all like in the paint floaters, and you can't stop him when he faces the Heat. He's like Larry Bird. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous how good he is. So if they could not have him tonight, that would be a big boost to the. I'm not scared of. I am not scared of Tyrese Halliburton. I am not scared of Miles Turner. I am not scared of Pascal Siakam. But if that guy could miss the game, I'll take it.
Jeez,
terrified of him. And let me tell you something. So is Spo. If he goes to Chris Quinn's gonna tell him, he goes, "Hey, McConnell's out tonight." He goes, "Woo!"
Hey, so what's going on with Jaime?
Well, let's get into it in 15 minutes of Heat. We got to take a break, and we'll get into that coming up next. Hey, welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you, 560 WQAM. We got to do a little 15 minutes of heat here for you, brought to you by Hollywood Kia. At Hollywood Kia, the number one Kia dealer in all of Florida. Get the star treatment. We want to see you in a Hollywood Kia. Visit them online at hollywoodkia.com. Your Miami Heat will be back on the wood tonight at 8 o'clock, taking on the Indiana Pacers.
Are you boots on the ground?
No, not boots on the ground tonight. Got jiu-jitsu tonight with my son. So you got to be sitting there. We got a busy weekend ahead. I'll be back on Monday. I'll be there for the whiz. Anybody can go to Heat Knicks. Who's going to Heat Whiz? Those are the true boots. So no, but I'll be ass on the couch. I'll watch that. I'll watch it from there.
All right.
You know, check it on out. But 8 o'clock is your go time tonight. And 6:45 preheat with Solana and Tommy Tag. So what was your question going into the break, Leroy? Go ahead.
What the hell's going on with Jaime?
What the hell is going on with Jaime Jaquez? It is a very fair question. Marcos, what do you got?
BG's, dude, taking over the locker room one more time. We're making a second round. Started with him this time.
I don't know what's gone on with Jaime Jaquez Jr., Leroy. I think there's been a couple of things that have gone into all of it. I think that, you know, if anybody has had the hardest time with the Jimmy Butler thing, it was probably Jaime, because he went from 6-man to starter to 6-man. And so that inconsistency, I think, did bother him. If I'm going to give him excuses, if I'm going to give, true stuff, I think his shooting has not come around this year. He still stinks at it. And so he can't space the floor at all. So he's got to go to this, footwork. And I kind of think it's been a little figured out. We talked about this a little earlier in the season. I thought that's something that's, that was going to be adjustment proof, because he seemed like he had a lot of tricks in the bag, but I think a lot of his tricks have been figured out. I also just don't think he's been as good defensively, and Spo trusts him less. I think that he's been, it just felt like last year they would put him on a lot of the best guys in the league, and just sink or swim, man to man. And I just think from his standpoint, he's been scrambling all over the place this year. So I don't know, but look, to Dade South's point, he says, what if he's just an average NBA talent? Is he a guy that we saw his ceiling? His ceiling was, really good against a Sixers team on Christmas with no Joel Embiid, and then it kind of tapered off. I don't know. I thought the one thing I will say is I thought out of the guys, and it's tough to judge off a 5-game series, but off the play-in games and off that playoff series against Boston, I thought his aggressiveness, I thought all that stuff of just going out and playing basketball, I thought that he played amongst the best of the Heat players. So I'm a little surprised by it.
Yeah. I don't know. It just seems like something's going on. You know what I mean?
Maybe.
Not all there.
Maybe there's something we don't know about.
I will say this. They brag about stay ready so you don't have to get ready.
Uh-huh.
But if you've had a role and then all of a sudden the role changes from game to game, that could wear on you.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So while Spo says he likes consistency, a lot of the guys struggle because of there being no consistency with their minutes, their time, when they play. And, sometimes you don't put as much into it because you don't know what your role is going to be. So I don't know if that's because there's certain things that, he has to get better at.
Mm-hmm.
But the one thing that Spo could depend on when you start struggling with that, it's hard to accept the other things you haven't gotten better.
Yeah, and I think from his standpoint, I just remember last year, there was a lot of him not needing the ball in his hands. He could make the right cut. He'd be there for putbacks. And I feel like it kind of feels like if the ball's not in his hands, he's almost lost. It's interesting how that's happened, because I felt like he could just fit in the margins of this team a lot better last year. And I don't know, it just hasn't been there this year. It's hard to say it's just one thing, but you may be right. Maybe there is something going on in the background, but I can't give him all of the role excuses. Like Jovic dealt with all that same stuff, and went from starting lineup to out of the rotation to 6-man, and when he was in 6-man, he found a role that he liked and he flourished.
Jovic is 21 though.
Yeah, I understand. So you're going to has he capped off?
I'm not necessarily saying that. I'm just saying that it maybe doesn't affect a really young guy because he's just trying to get going. Like it didn't bother Tyler Hero early in his career when he was back and forth and wanted to be a starter.
Well, it did bother him. He wanted to be a starter.
It did, but it didn't. It didn't.
It did bother his performance.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Personally bothered him.
Right. So I don't know if it affects you if you're a little bit older. You know what I mean? A little. He's what? 20? How old is 27, 28?
No, he's not that old. He's not
24.
24. All right.
And he just turned 24. Yeah, he's not 29. Schmeathen.
That was pretty good. Bastards, man.
So
what do you guys think? He got his medical degree at UCLA.
So I'm just curious. I'm just I don't know what it is.
This is Erik Spoelstra, because one guy who did get back into his role was Haywood Highsmith the last game, and that's supposed to be an interesting thing where he's just I don't know what the right decisions are right now. He kind of just threw. He's like, listen, everybody's gonna get chances. Everybody's had their chances, so I'm just gonna throw guys in there who are gonna see if they can make the most of their chances right now.
Ever when it doesn't work, it's third quarter.
Really, really happy for him. I've mentioned it many times. Who knows what the right decisions are? With this team. That's just the reality, and I can't claim that I'm making the right decisions. But basically, everybody's had their opportunities. At some point, we are where we are. So right now, there's kind of a clear mind. In this final stretch, just give in to the team. Just pour into the team, pour into whatever we have to do to get wins. Whether you're playing or not playing, just pour into the team. Stay ready if you're not in the rotation. Your number will get called. That's happened all year long. Everybody's gotten their opportunity. But now with this stretch run, make an impact. And he certainly did that right away with the offensive rebounds, the hustle plays. You felt his energy. And he earned all those minutes. That's what we say all the time. And I couldn't take him out of the game. And you're happy for him, that he was able to stay ready. He had a really intense, 3-on-3 workout yesterday. And that's just the kind of makeup he has.
There you go. Spo on Haywood Highsmith and the decisions.
He asked a question of you, Tobin.
Yeah.
So is Tobin for tanking or playing? Stop with the wishy-washy.
How am I being wishy-washy?
Because we were tanking for a flag or whatever that.
Well, look, I need to have my coping mechanisms. I'm not going to just sit here and I think I've handled every loss just fine.
Yes.
In an appropriate manner.
Yes.
And then we were sitting at a point after a loss to the Hawks, and Spo was at, very clearly scouting Cooper Flag. I don't know what to tell you guys. So I can't say that I'm actively rooting for tanking right now, but I will say, if the Heat get drubbed these next couple of games against two teams in the East that are
a ping pong ball mixer.
What are you talking about?
You can't even. What are you doing? So I'm gonna go with the listeners here.
What? I'm not
What
being
are we doing?
wishy-washy.
Yes, you are.
I was rooting for the Heat the other night. I still root for them to win. It's just,
No.
I think if they don't win, I don't think I'm going to feel as bad.
Show with ping pong balls.
Well, yeah. Look. Listen, I just want everybody to be clear here, just so you guys understand.
Yes.
The number one thing I root for is the bit. That's what I root for.
Oh my God.
That's what I root for.
Wait a minute. There needs to be a word. I know it's a -1.
Why?
It's definitely a -1.
-1
But we need to figure out
for show poniness.
what to charge him with.
I think that's
It's
show
not
poniness.
show pony. It's not being a show pony.
Fraudulence?
Oh yeah. Oh dude.
Fraud.
Yeah.
Tobin's a fraud.
Yes.
Fraud with access.
Wait. So you literally said I'm all for the bit.
Yeah.
While bringing
Show pony.
ping pong balls to the show.
Hold on. I found those ping pong balls during a break.
Oh no.
I found them.
Marcos.
Yeah.
At any point in time, I know he found them, but at any point in time, did he express that? No.
This is what he did. He walked in that morning. He opened up the pack. He said, "Look what I got today. Leroy's gonna be pissed." I was like, Tobin, it's a little much, but whatever.
I'm going to tell you, I do have a tease, but I'm not going to show you what it is yet.
-1 for tomfoolery.
I got something. I got something in the mail the other day that my wife is just like, I've run out of questions, and just hands me the box.
Oh, you got your root balls? Your root?
Yeah, I bought root balls.
Oh, did you? Great. Perfect. They finally came in.
If our show was the only one walking through the building with little root ball satchels.
Speaking of giant root balls,
Mm.
did you guys see Steph Curry last night? Oh my God. First off, he started with that heave from 3/4. Did you see that shot, Leroy?
No.
Oh, I got to send it to you. I got to send it to you. 56 points last night for Steph Curry.
He had 56.
So how does it feel to know that the Warriors are going to win the championship? How does it feel? Because it hurts me personally.
Why?
I'm partially happy for Jimmy. I just wish he would have.
Again, the whole issue is not with Jimmy wanting to be on another team. The whole point of this is based on what he said and what we all thought. We didn't know we were going to get that at the end of it.
I just sent you the heave.
So that's kind of what I was upset about. But the fact that he wanted to be on another team, that's I didn't have a problem with that.
But he's going to win a championship. That's not going to hurt a little bit?
No. Because you weren't going to get that Jimmy from here.
Not anymore.
Right.
That damage was done.
Exactly.
But he did stink yesterday. Marcus, does that make you feel any better?
It does. It does. Smeaton points out he's had 11 points in 2 games.
Mm-hmm.
That does make me feel better.
That's what Jimmy is.
It also hurts, though, to know that, yes, Leroy, you're right. That is what Jimmy is. We never provided the help. Of course, we couldn't provide him with a Steph Curry.
But here, even if you would have provided him with someone, Jimmy's always going to be a guy that impacts the game in a bunch of ways, but not just scoring.
The thing that's going to be
the role that he's playing now is the role that he was playing here, but you needed a Steph Curry with him, and they never really, so.
And the Jimmy thing, just on his playing style, that is going to be the Heat's biggest concern. Now, right now, the Warriors are still winning with him, but the biggest thing is he plays a very physical style. His free throw rate, the first 6 games, you can't keep that up. Like, especially at his age.
Has he taken?
Oh my God, he was getting to the line at like 12 times a game. It was ridiculous, like prime Shaq.
Right.
So, like that's the physical question that's gonna be there, with that team right now. But dude, the one thing though, this Steph Curry. I mean, he is. Did you see the shot?
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
I mean, it. Marcos, it didn't even touch the rim.
No, dude, it didn't.
No. 12 of them bad boys yesterday.
12.
12
You think
threes.
he let off the gas for his boy Clay? Didn't want to take his record.
Yeah, well, he's tied now, but
He's like, it's all he's got.
that's all he's got. He's the worst.
And then the Lakers won last night too. They won. And did you guys see what happened with Anthony Edwards getting kicked out?
He
No,
got
I
kicked
saw the
out,
Luka
but now
tweet.
he's going to get suspended.
I know, dude. He's
I
gonna
didn't
get.
realize he had that many texts.
I didn't either. I didn't realize that he had that many texts either.
I mean,
but
I thought that was a Luca thing. Luca gets teched up all the time.
Gabe Vincent's trickery got all Trae Young in his head. He got he did the old Gabe Vincent swept the leg, and Anthony Edwards lost his mind.
Yeah, that also happens. You tend to lose your mind more when you're losing.
Yeah, keep losing Wolves. That's what I.
Yeah, he's unhappy over there.
Yeah, keep that up. And it's really cold right now in Minnesota. Yeah.
Oh, the worst.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Dade South says that Tobin is Ryan Fitzpatrick. Take a break. We'll get back into the Cats. Paul Maurice. Strong words after the win yesterday. He's not letting the Cats, the champs, let up at all. Back after this. Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you. 560 WQAM. Take you guys up until 2 here on the program. Let's get to a little road to repeat here, brought to us by our friends over at Celsius. Hockey fans, don't sit this one out. When it's game time, make Celsius a part of your play and get that energy up. Game day is fueled by Celsius Essential Energy Drinks, the official energy drink of
Your Florida Panthers.
4-3, the winners last night over the Edmonton Oilers, who are broken. Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's good.
It happens. Remember, the Panthers were that way with Tampa for a while.
Sure do.
Carolina.
But the one thing is, though, they don't get us 4 times a year. They only get us twice.
Yep.
0 for 2. On top of it, did you see yesterday? I just got sent this, Leroy. Let me see if I get this for the audience. Shout out to Justin on Twitter who sent this to me. But the Panthers went a little team petty yesterday in the arena and understandably so. Like, you know, they do a lot of this, a lot of yakking, these Edmonton Oiler fans. And of course, you know, I'm sure you had your fair share of them last night in the building. But last night, the Panthers win the game at Amerant Bank Arena, and the Panthers just to take out the salt shaker and shake it in the wound a little bit.
This is without Kachuk.
That's right. Panthers game ops just puts the Stanley Cup banner right there at the end on the Jumbotron.
That's good. Game.
That's good. That's a point, Panthers. Panthers picked up 3 points last night.
What if they do that for every game?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't think they did, because it seems like the person who sent this, it seems like probably was at the game and they took the picture and they would notice.
Right.
It's from a Twitter account, Jams, Cats fan and Balls fan. And he has a who is that? I don't know who that is. What does it say? Anyway.
Maybe it's Mike Lowell.
What's that?
Maybe it's Mike Lowell.
They don't make him like him anymore, dude. But the Panthers do get the win yesterday. And can we hear a little from Paul Maurice, Marcos? Is that ready to go?
Yes, sir.
Paul Maurice said that they won, but he wasn't too happy with it.
Thought the last 8 minutes we looked the way we were supposed to. I really didn't like our game tonight. I thought we put a lot of pucks in feet. I thought we looped away from a bunch of pucks, and that's not the way we play with. It's not so much the hit count. I thought we chose not to be as physical as I think we could have been in that game. So not enough to. There won't be a punitive skate tomorrow, but we've played games this year we've lost it.
Whoa!
I didn't love our game.
Punitive?
Wow.
Wait, punitive skate means that if guys aren't playing the way they need to play, the skate tomorrow will be punitive.
Not to divert off sports, but that's what everybody wants Mike McDaniel to be, yeah? Like, they want him to give punitive skates, whatever the football version of that
Well,
is.
it's hard to do it when half of your team is hurt.
Yeah.
Right? Who you penalizing? The third string?
All of them.
The third string left guard?
You think Barkov's like, but coach, I've won every award. Oh, have you, Sasha? Punitive skate.
That just sounds like.
It feels like do you think like he has like an ice skate that's made into a gavel and he's just like punitive skate? He said
it just sounds like, oh my goodness, he's gonna kill him today.
Paul Maurice said that they enjoyed playing soft style too much.
No, not like that. Not like that. I just want to be honest about my assessment of our game. No, they were physically trying. I just thought that we started to enjoy a game that we don't play well. We can play it. We won a game on it tonight, right? But it's not our strength. We didn't play necessarily to our strength, other than the Lundell line was really good. So I didn't mind the first period. Like, I thought we were right, and then we got into that sloppy transition game, and we don't excel in that game.
The back and forth, the fast
Yeah.
skating back. Yeah. You could see it too, because it always seems like when the Panthers play that type of game, the other team gets a lot more 2-on-1s than the Panthers do.
Yeah. Those damn shorthandies.
You're right. Exactly. So although it was edge of the seat game, you could, when the game started getting wide open and back and forth, you could kind of, oh boy. I think that's the part of it that he's like, whoa. This is too free flowing of a game for our liking.
Here's a little bit of him says, though, that he believes that they will fix everything that needs to be improved.
We're going to go through the things that I didn't like, and we've been actually exceptionally consistent. And that's the only part of the game I don't like. We've been very consistent in not doing some of the things that we did tonight. And it's not a lack of effort or try. We just touch the puck and here we go. And we had motion and all, but nothing happens. Nothing good happens for us, especially against a team like that. So we'll just try to nip that one in the bud. No, I've had games where I was just downright sour and they were unkind meetings the next day. That's not how I feel. There was lots of good efforts, some good plays. Just didn't like some of the transition decisions we made.
Punitive skates and unkind meetings.
Yeah, that just sounds
2-1 filthy.
That's him. You got to love it, though. Like, look, he's not letting them be fat cats.
Yep.
He does have a great record. And most of the players just came off of All-Star break, and he's threatening with punitive skates.
That's right. I love him, too. I can't believe I thought he was a bum.
Yeah. Cold take by you.
Terrible take by me. This guy's the greatest. I apologized.
Yeah, it's fair. Forgiven.
Here's one more from Paul on the Panthers play from yesterday.
Well, Anton and his two wingers figured out that if stayed fairly close together, they could make plays on the way up, and then they could forecheck, and then they could be real good in their own end of the ice. So they never got very far away from each other. They're good players. They got good hands, and good things will happen. And made them look fast, and they were physical, and they stopped pucks, and they skated really well. So they had continued on from Lusty was out last game, but I think they've been very, very consistent for us here. And we need it, especially when you have a team that can roll out, those two guys on different lines, then double them up if they want. And if Barkov's not on the ice, then you got a line like that can play against them.
Finn's up line.
Did he say Lusty?
Yeah. He actually deserves one of those. Lusterainen is a really hard name to say.
Yeah, that's true. Even harder to spell.
And then he's like, Tui. They could call him Tui.
Tui.
Here's him saying he's not losing his mind, though. He says it was better to do it while winning.
Yeah, no, I'll go back to January. I've been really, really happy with our game. We lost 2-1 the other night here at home, and was fine with our game. We were good. I think sometimes when you get two power plays early in the game like that, now you're running your bench. You've got almost 5 minutes, it felt like, on the Barkov line. That affects them for the rest of the night. That's a lot of minutes early. Yeah, don't get me wrong. I'm not burning the place down. There's just stuff I didn't like in the game, and I didn't sit here and talk about how fabulous we were, and I don't think we were.
Hey. He did.
Man of standards.
He can't talk about punitive skate and then say, it's not like I'm burning the house down. It kind of sounded like you were insinuating that it's going to be a rough day for the guys today.
It feels to me, this is just me, like we don't know a side of Paul Maurice, because it feels to me like there'll be days where there are practices where this man is putting boots on their golf carts. He goes, walk to the rink.
Right. It's filthy punitive skate.
Either way, great win by the Cats. It's like tomorrow, Calgary Flames, our boy Lomberg back in the building. So that'll be cool for him. I'm sure he's going to get a giant ovation. J-Fig's going to be in her feels about it. We'll play a little bit of Lomberg, too, because he had a really funny quote yesterday about how much he still hates the Tampa Bay Lightning. We'll take a break. Back with more after this.
It's time for our Tua.
It's our Tua. It's our Tua. It's our Tua. Tua, Tua, Tua. Tonga Vailoa. Not
Tua Tagovailoa.
A for effort. Dolphins quarterback.
Tua.
It's our Tua. It's our Tua.
Tua.
Tua, Tua, Tua. Tua, Tua, Tua. Can go to hell. Tua Tonga Vailoa. Dolphins quarterback.
Daddy loves you guys.
Our Tua with Tobin and Leroy.
Check the history of
Our Tua of the program, ladies and gentlemen. Tobin and Leroy here with you on a Friday. It feels good to be a Friday. Everybody feels it getting to the weekend. Some drinky poos? No? Feels like a tequila type of weekend, right? It's getting a little warmer out there. Something tells me, though, if I go to the liquor store and buy that, it
don't
feels...
mess with tequila.
Oh, well, that's a mistake by you. But it feels to me like if I do that, I'm going to end up going to the liquor store, and I'm going to be needing it tonight around 11:30 because the Pacers. I hope not, but that's how I feel like it's going to be. Headlines. Yeah. Go ahead, Marcos.
I just don't know if it's going to be, celebrating a victory or drowning my sorrows.
Good questions. These are good questions. We have questions. Headlines are brought to you by Doral Volkswagen. At Doral Volkswagen, choose from over 300 new Volkswagen models in stock, like the Tiguan, the Taos, and the Atlas. And remember, when it comes to Volkswagen, the great deals are at Doral Volkswagen. NFL Combine continues. Today is defensive backs and tight ends. So that is what we'll be looking at tonight. Maybe a little looky-loo. We know that the Dolphins met with Tyler Warren. We got Oronde Gadsden II. We could watch on 40 time today, Leroy. We could watch Mason Taylor, some Finn's legacies today working out there. I don't believe Arroyo's hurt, so I don't believe he's working out. He's working out at his pro day. And but I tell you what,
that Shemar, what's his name? Shemar from Texas A&M. At 280 pounds, run a 6'5", a 4.59. So
they're saying he's new Myles Garrett, yeah?
Yeah. Holy smokes.
6'5", 281. He reached 21.89 miles per hour in the 40.
Could you imagine that chasing you?
Slow. I tell you what, that's why the quarterbacks need to be mobile.
No, they don't. They also can get rid of the ball quicker.
No one's done that since that one old guy.
Tom Brady?
Actually, some of your best offenses,
both of
them. Some of your best offenses are teams that can throw the ball in a timely manner. It's not the scrambling guys.
Tell that to the Eagles' defensive line.
Would you want another defensive end? Like, would you want another guy like that on the Fins? Just go like super young, or just it's like the one thing you have to chop season. You don't do that because you got Jalen Phillips coming back too.
But here's the problem. All right, and football has changed a little bit. That the emphasis on defense has been pressure up the middle. It hasn't been edge rusher. And the teams that have had success have had some dogs over the two guards or the center. So from that standpoint, the outside guys are going to get most of, the early round picks. But if you look at the teams that have had success on defense, they have somebody up the middle. So I don't know how highly rated those guys are. I think when you think of the guys coming out, like, yeah, if I had a pick, especially for the Dolphins, you can't go into another year with the amount of uncertainty you've had at a lot of guys returning from injury. And that was a big problem too.
So it's
Because
like
you can't assume that Nick Chubb and Jalen Phillips are going to be Nick Chubb and Jalen Phillips when they come back. Not
well, I
saying
can't
that
assume
they
it's going
are.
to be Nick Chubb because he doesn't play for the Dolphins.
I mean, Bradley Chubb. Sorry.
I'm sorry, I was a bastard.
Yeah, you were. But, but I would say
went to school in Miami Gardens, though. I mean, Shemar Stewart, put him, and it's kind of like, first of all, let's be real about it, right? Mike McDaniel said he'll go defensive line, guys like that all the time. That's his favorite position. Second of all, you already just saw last year, even though this guy doesn't have a lot of stats in college, neither did Chop. Chop was awesome. And, oh, man, him and Chop and Sealer on the defensive line, Leroy, with a little bit of Jalen Phillips beating science.
yeah, but here again, all I'm saying is this. The Dolphins are not in a position to make assumptions about what guys will be able to do or have done. Okay? You did that last year.
You mean guys that they have?
This guy will
guys,
be able to do this. This guy will be able to. You can't.
You're
make
talking
those
about injured
assumptions.
guys, though.
Just in general, like at any position, you have to look at and say, okay, we can improve here. And depending on who's available, right? You make that pick, making your team better. You can't draft like Chop. Think about this. Chop was never supposed to play as much as he did. And he worked out. But you can't go into the next couple of seasons making the assumptions of what guys are going to do if they're either not healthy or not there. So you got to have, that's how I want them to make decisions that, you know, hey, this guy can come in and help us win now. This guy can come in and do this. If you have a guy returning and it works out, okay, then you have, you know, then you have that position tied up and you have some depth. But to make the assumptions that this team has made the last couple of years on players who didn't end up playing as much as you thought they would, right? You're putting yourself in a bad spot. It's just like, as much as I like Teron Armstead, and he is one of the elite left tackles in the league, how many years can you go into a season knowing that your left tackle could be out tomorrow? At some point, you got to start planning for that.
Totally
At
agree.
some point, you got to prepare for that. They've had so many different combinations at offensive line the last 2 years that, yes, that is a problem.
Stewart was mocked by Mel Kiper to go 16 to the Cardinals, but I imagine after a freak combine like that, he's probably going to shoot up the boards.
No, here's what shoot you up the board. It's not the freak test. It's the name association. So when you say,
What do you say, new Myles Garrett?
yeah, well, okay, you say somebody new Myles Garrett, right? That's like if a receiver's coming out and every team in the NFL says, oh, new Randy Moss.
Oh,
You see what I'm saying? Like there's teams that never even looked at this guy going, where? So his stock just went up just based on that.
the difference was though college sacks. They put a comparison of his combine together from Daniel Jeremiah. Taller than Myles Garrett, weighs a little less, like 272 to 267. Wingspan bigger on Stewart. Vertical, Myles Garrett a little 41, Stewart 40. Broad jump, Garrett 10.8, Stewart 10.11. Here's what's the eye popper though. College sacks. Myles Garrett 32.5, Stewart 4.5.
Yeah. And
But that was the book on Chop last year.
But you know what else is the thing is that think about Jordan in college. Jordan wasn't really Jordan because he played on a team and they did things a certain way. You see it at Kentucky and Duke all the time too, right? And then the guy gets into the league and then you're like, whoa, did not know. So I think with that kind of talent and when you watch him film and studying him, you can come to a legitimate reason as to why, right? What you may be asking him to do would demand that he gets more sacks than maybe what Texas A&M was asking him to do. And so from that standpoint, you got to kind of watch the tape and see, well, why didn't he get sacks? Is he just not, does he not have the skill set to, elude a blocker or get after the quarterback? Or is it what they were asking him to do, didn't allow him to be that guy, which is a damn shame on Texas A&M part because he seemed like one of them guys you just throw on the field and say, go get the quarterback.
Love the combine, dude. Love it. This is why I love it, because we can make a new Myles Garrett. It's exactly why I love the combine.
All right.
Don't look at me like that, Marcos. Like you don't tell me you don't love this.
I literally still could care less about, because even when we talked about all the testing that this guy did and how great he was on the test, what is the first thing I talked about? Watching him on film. Right? You got to watch somebody on film to see.
Well, if he only had 4 sacks, you could watch his film on a TikTok.
I mean, think about this. Jadeveon Clowney was drafted based on one play.
Oh, I can still think about it. Like it's one of those things. Like what he did to that poor bastard at Michigan. My God.
I mean, and how he just picked up the ball, like just incidental, and I'm taking your football.
It looked like a grown man to a child. It was
But
ridiculous.
then when that guy got to the league, he wasn't necessarily the sack master that, although he was very good.
Very good. But I think people thought he was going to be Lawrence Taylor.
Right. So you have to also keep that in mind. What is he going to be? Like, you knew Myles Garrett was going to get sacks.
You should text Belichick right now and be like, hey, new Lawrence Taylor.
Oh, no, he hang up on me.
He's good. He's good.
There's a lot of people you could say negative things about to Bill Belichick. He would drop his gloves and fight you over saying anybody on planet Earth was better than Lawrence Taylor.
You think you think his new squeeze has ever asked him about Lawrence Taylor?
Here's what I was watching a show, a recording of a show, and they had LT and Bill Belichick sitting at the same panel. And they were telling a story, and Bill was telling a story, and Lawrence Taylor would come to the meetings late, right? And he went to Parcells and he said, look, just to let you know, LT came in the meeting a little bit late, and he said, Parcells looked at him and said, why'd you start the meeting? And I'm thinking to myself, this is Bill Belichick, a no-nonsense guy. And that's what was told to him. So you know that how he felt about Lawrence Taylor. Oh, it was hilarious.
Take a break here on the show. More to come after this.
The Pacers are
Take a look at my girlfriend. I never seem to get
Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you. 560 WQM. Can I give a shout out, Leroy? I got to give a shout out.
Shout out.
I was very moved today. Because
Bubble guts.
no, not with bubble guts. I have the stomach of a billy goat. I was moved today because I have sometimes thought I am looked upon as a little bit of a black sheep of this family, and that is of Barry University. I think sometimes they look at some of their other distinguished broadcast alum and they hold their head a little bit more high to some of them than they do me. Those who are on national platforms who have done big things. Then there's old little Tobes who just does a show down the road, pass you every day, wave. I was like, look, that's where I passed out of my boxers. But I was moved today, Leroy, because I was sent a care package. I've never been sent a care package before.
Really? I get care packages all the time.
Well, NFL star. What are you going to do? I mean, those Ravens send you some really nice stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I got a card, and it says, "Hi, Brendan." Hi, Brendan. It says, "Hi, Brendan. We spotted Bucky in the background of your YouTube videos and thought you deserved some cool Barry swag. Keep making us proud and come visit us soon. Your Barry family."
Let's go.
Wow.
What did they send you?
Well, I'll give you some. I got sent a golf hat. I don't wear hats like this, but this is a cool hat.
That's fine.
I got sent and then this is, I think, the coup de grace. They sent me two of these, one for me and Mrs. Tobes, who's also a Barry alum, by the way. They sent me a Yeti cooler tumbler.
Oh, tumbler, huh?
Sent me some T-shirts too. I was like, this is very, and a lunch. Is that a lunchbox? Like a cooler or something like that. So, go Bucks! Shout out, and we can, don't worry about me getting kicked off campus after my sophomore year. Yeah.
Water under the bridge.
Water under the bridge, dude.
Ask if we can use their facilities though, so we can find out if you can catch a punt.
I can ask them that.
They don't have a football team.
We got a football team. We got a football team.
Yeah,
football.
How do you know they can punt?
Oh, they can punt, dude.
We got to figure this out.
We got to find an Australian rules football guy.
No, they punt. They don't punt like I want the spiral punt.
What happened to the guy who was outside of the Dolphins? We got to find that.
I don't know. Yeah, what did the Middle Tennessee?
I'm gonna tell you what happened. Yeah. I'm gonna tell you what happened. Lights in car note. He had to go get a job.
That's true.
Yes, that's right. He's actually
although I think he moved to the Keys, so maybe he's like just living on a boat.
He's down there with Steve. With Ev.
You think he tells Steve Everett? He goes, "I was a football player." He goes, "Not like me." I don't know why I made Steve sound like that.
Let me tell you something. I know if I'm ever in a street fight, that's the first person I'm calling.
Anyway, shout out to my Barry Bucks family over there. My guy Jimmy Carrick, who does stats over at the Heat facility during Heat games. Maybe we will visit very soon. We'll see. I'll give the kids the tour and be like, "Hey, look, that's never mind. Let's just move on to the next building." We got
going to be associated with situations.
Everything is going to be associated with situations. There's not a place on that campus that I haven't done something.
That just doesn't even sound right.
Despicable.
Cam Ward is speaking at the combine. He says that he has met with the Titans, the Browns, and the Giants.
Which means that nobody thinks he's going outside the top 3.
That's right.
Yeah.
He's also said that he's not throwing at the combine because he said, me throwing here is not going to move me up in no type of way. Fair point.
Yeah, that's how you do it.
Fair point.
Essentially, you get it. You know who I am.
You know who I am. I think he's gonna be a stud. I really can't wait. I'm excited. I just really don't want the Jets to get him. Like if the Jets in some way trade up for him, if those rumors are true, that's gonna break my heart. But anybody else?
Because they could ruin another quarterback.
Yeah, one, they're gonna ruin him, and then two, I can't root for him.
Yeah. It's
like
one of
how can I put this? You can always root for Kane, right? And hope he has success. And then when he plays against your team, you got to make that choice.
Right. I guess I would have to wish him no success. That's what would happen. I would wish him no success.
Correct.
He could have, but I'm not going to wish him success if he went to the Jets.
Do you think he can have success with the Jets?
Nobody can have success with the Jets.
How about the Giants?
Cam is different though, man. Cam can do it.
How about the Giants? Because you know what would fit really good if he went to the Giants? Saquon Barkley.
True. That's a good division now too. I mean, like the Giants are
Washington, Giants, Philly,
Eagles. Yeah.
I mean, and who knows what's going on with the Cowboys?
Xavier Restrepo also speaking to the media. This is from David Ferrones from the Sun Sentinel. Miami Hurricanes wide receiver Xavier Restrepo says he will not be running the 40 at the combine. He said, I believe he said that he met with the Dolphins. Let me see.
New Braxton Berrios?
Oh, I'm sorry. That's from C. Isaiah Smalls from the Miami Herald. He says, Xavier Restrepo says that he met with the Dolphins, but not with Mike McDaniel. He met with the special teams coordinator and receiver coach.
Wait, they got a new one already?
Yeah. What's that dude? They got a guy from Dallas, I think. Forgot the guy's name. Robert Prince.
Seems like he should be coming in on a horse, right?
Robert Prince?
Yeah.
He apparently, there was talk that he was going to interview for the offensive coordinator position at New Orleans, but I don't know. I guess that didn't come to be.
Detroit last year, Robert Prince?
Yeah. Detroit or Cowboys? I thought he was with the Cowboys.
Cowboys, yes.
Or did he play for the Cowboys?
I see him with a Cowboys hat, and I see him with a Detroit shirt, but I don't see any pictures on it. I got to go to his Wikipedia.
Yeah, he looks like he can coach football. He's got a visor.
You think
he was born in Japan?
Army rat.
Oh, okay. Now, yeah, definitely.
That's kind of cool.
Like you can't put that together? Army brat. I couldn't that's the first thing came to mind.
Let's see. He's been the wide receiver coach for the 09 Seattle Seahawks.
Cowboys since 2002. It was a wide receiver. 2022. Wide receivers coach.
Made CD Lamb.
There goes. He was a wide receiver coach for the Texans in 21. Made DeAndre Hopkins.
Was DeAndre Hopkins still on the Texans in there, or was he on the Cardinals? I don't even remember.
21? No one knows.
21.
21.
Take a break. We will tickle Leroy's function next.
bum, 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 bum.
This is not what we're doing.
Oh, you fancy, huh? Oh, you fancy.
Timeout. Timeout.
So you think that you can just So you think you can make a mistake like that and just play the right one?
Oh, you're talking about a lady who's been dead for 3 days. Now you want to bring that up, and that's my fault when I do something wrong?
I didn't say it over the radio, though. I put it in private chat.
Dude. You distract me with your late announcing of poor Michelle Trachtenberg's death. Just got me, got me shook, Leroy. It's a life or death situation.
Already got your. What do you already got? You already got your eye on the door because you got that 1 o'clock bullpen session.
I got my eye on Leroy with no vice shirt,
lashing out. Look at him lashing out.
The deflector.
Leroy, are you ready to have your fancy tickled?
I am.
Okay. Today at 1:10 p.m.
Nope.
What? Dude, come on.
No. When you say 1 o'clock on Friday, the only thing you could be talking about is damn Marlins. No.
Sandy starting?
Fancy not tickled.
Huh?
Sandy starting?
No.
He's just gonna leave me.
Yeah.
By the way, hey, Bendix, nice signing by that Cal Quantrill yesterday. Woof. Dude said, he goes, meet the ball. Who wants to meet the ball? Great debut by him yesterday. 2/3 of an inning, 4 runs.
Jeez. Couldn't even get through one inning in preseason?
Nope.
That bodes well.
Leroy, today at 3 o'clock, defensive backs and tight ends work out at the NFL Combine. Tickle your fancy? Up top.
Not even a little bit. I told you how I feel about this. You know how I feel about this. Why you ask the question every year? You know what I'm going to say? No.
Fancy not tickled.
Not watching some other guy run around in tights.
You guys see Dan the Man there yesterday? Uncle Dan watching the workouts.
Come on.
Tonight, the Miami Heat welcome in the Indiana Pacers. Does that game, Leroy, tickle your fancy?
Yes, first quarter.
My fancy is tickled.
First,
them boys be balling in the first quarter every game.
Yeah.
Then hang on to the edge of your seat.
Hold on to your cheeks.
I don't know if I'm gonna be able to watch the game and sip on the little City Boys or Cider Boys, or am I gonna need some more substantial adult beverage?
Tomorrow,
you didn't even
Leroy.
say beers. You went straight to tequila.
It feels like a tequila day, doesn't it? I could just
No,
feel
what do
it
you
in the air.
what do? You make a tequila drink, or
I could do that. I could put it with a little margarita mix. I could just have it on the rocks.
By the way, I've never drank tequila on ice.
Well, dude, there's some new. That's the thing. It's not just Jose Cuervo anymore, dude. There's some really good tequilas. What was that one that Pat Riley sipped for 2 hours just watching the Celtics kick the Heat's ass? Was that Matthew McConaughey's tequila that he was sipping?
I think it was. I think you're right.
Had that Casamigos. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I feel like tequila.
You ever tried the Rocks tequila?
No, I haven't. Have you tried it?
No.
The thing about tequila and the thing about rum, you can't go broke with the most expensive tequilas or rums, right? But if you go whiskey or bourbon and you want to, oh my goodness.
They get a little full of themselves.
Yeah.
They get a little full of themselves. Doesn't LeBron have a tequila?
He does. There's a new, you know how they have the hard seltzers? They're coming out with tequila seltzers a lot now. Lil Yachty has one. Not a fan?
I have nothing against Lil Yachty. I just tequila seltzer. What is that? Is that like a Mike's Hard Lemonade? Like, what does that mean?
Yeah.
Essentially, it's like a White Claw with some.
They already
tequila.
do it with vodka. Jack Daniels does it with Jack.
Lobos Tequila by LeBron.
Lobos.
You guys are IDing me to get onto a website for booze?
Jeez.
Beyonce got a tequila too.
Does she?
Huh.
I'm going to peruse that tequila aisle today. Feels like a tequila day. What was it talking about? Tomorrow at 3 o'clock, Leroy.
Yeah.
The Florida Panthers take on the Calgary Flames.
Yep. I always like this run of Canadian teams coming down to get their butt whooped.
My fancy.
Do you want to hear Ryan Lomberg yesterday and his thoughts on the Tampa Bay Lightning?
Yes.
All right, this is Lamborghini yesterday, and when asked about his experiences playing in Tampa.
You've got a lot of history in this building, some good, some bad. Do you like coming here or do you hate it?
I like the palm trees and the sunshine, but I f***ing hate these guys.
Wow.
Wait a minute. Is this live TV?
Oh, yeah.
Why do you not think that periodically somebody gonna be a little loose with the mouth? You want to go live with them, right?
I feel like he's gonna get a huge ovation tomorrow.
Oh,
he's gonna cry.
Oh,
Hey.
predicting tears.
J-Fig gonna try to crop his ass in the picture.
And then Huberto, and please welcome back everybody, Jonathan Huberto. Yeah. We got Kachuk.
That's what you would do, you bum.
We got
Ingrate. They didn't
History in
ask
this
to
building,
leave.
some good, some bad. Do you like coming here or do you hate it?
I like the palm trees and the sunshine, but I f***ing hate these guys.
Wow.
Wait,
Wow.
wait.
wow, hey.
Wow.
Trees and the sunshine, but I f***ing hate these guys.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
Anyways, tickle your fancy tomorrow, Cats and Cal.
Yeah. I'll probably watch the pregame and watch, them guys get their just due. It was fun watching them when they were here. And they got trade. Well, yeah, the Lomberg just left, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, because he wanted to get that bag. So
rightfully so. Rightfully so. He deserves the
rightfully
bag.
so. Exactly. This is not a situation where I'm gonna be mad at a former Panther player. But I hope they celebrate him, give him his
He did get Vasilevsky last night, though. They got shut out 3-0. Him and Huberto just left that building like Vasilevsky
again.
Still doing it.
So he come down here and mess with Bob.
Oh, I don't know. I don't like that.
Or let's see. They go. Did they just go back to back, or did they go?
I could see
Friday.
No, it's not back to back, but I could see them. It's an afternoon game. Sometimes afternoon games they'll go with the Young Bucks, so I could see them going Spencer.
Right, that's what I
could see them Spencer. I could see that.
Who's been good?
Yeah, he has been good. He has been good. Also, skip this at noon tomorrow, Leroy.
Mm-hmm.
The Miami Hurricanes take on the North Carolina Tar Heels in hoops. Tickle your fancy.
Fancy, not tickled.
On Sunday.
They just lost by 40 to Duke. I ain't signing up for that.
On Saturday at 1 o'clock, Leroy. Now, I know most positions you're not interested in, but come on, Leroy. You played this position. The NFL Combine, running backs, wide receivers, and quarterbacks. Tickle your fancy?
Nope. Thought I'd play along for
Fancy,
a second.
not
I don't like the Combine. It's stupid. It's stupid. Because people gonna watch it because it's televised and go, ooh, that guy fast, gotta have him. Can't play a lick of football, but he can run.
Yeah.
No.
I just saw some guy saying he's going to run a 4.1 tomorrow. I was like, ooh, that's good.
Is he gonna start at the 10-yard line and only run 30?
He says he's running a 4.1. He says he's breaking Xavier Worthy's record.
Which is what, 4.2?
4.21.
4.21. I tell you what, there's some guys who I wonder if Deion was that fast. I wonder if Randy was that fast. There's a couple of guys. I wonder how fast was Tyreek. Like these are guys. Like, I don't know, this guy say he's gonna run a 4.1, but that means he's faster than them three guys I just mentioned. That
Tyreek was 4.29, Randy Moss 4.27, and they got Deion Sanders as 4.25.
Yeah. Randy ran 4.27 at 6'4". Right? So just like when you're watching all these guys running, you see a 6'4" guy running like that. You're like, yeah.
Man.
Who's to say he was trying?
True.
That too.
Sunday at 6:00, the Miami Heat take on the New York Knicks. Tickle your fancy, Leroy?
Yep, because New York is in a bit of a little slump. I don't know if it's because they've been playing against the upper echelon teams in the East, because they lose to Cleveland and Boston, right?
They lose to all the top teams.
Right. So this will be a good test to see where you are, to be honest with you. Because we know that it's Cleveland, Boston. We know they're the upper echelon. And then it's kind of mumbled up where you have a good week, you could be fourth. So these are one of those teams. The next two games between Indiana and the Knicks will tell you a lot about this team. Even if they can go 500 against them, the two teams ahead of them, at least you can see, okay, they're not far, or they're right on par with, these teams.
Yeah, if you could have if you could go 3-1 over this span, that'd be really good.
Yeah.
That would be impressive.
Especially if the only one that you lost is because you just didn't shoot the ball well, not because you are bad, because you turned it around pretty good then. But if you put a couple of these games like you had last, I'm not talking about 130 points, but I mean shooting the ball respectively. Right?
Finally, Leroy, at 7:00 on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
The Pinks.
7:00 on Sunday?
Sunday game, road game, taking on the Houston Dynamo FC. Does that tickle your fancy? A little Sunday night messy action.
Yeah, I think I'm going to be back and forth, right?
Between that and Heat?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Patty Pimblett yesterday.
I'll be more interested in the Heat game just because of where they are.
Mm-hmm.
Is this a league game? CONCACAF?
Regular season, just a regular game, Leroy.
Okay.
Run-of-the-mill MLS.
Thank you. And if somebody hits me up and say, it's very easy. On Mondays and Wednesdays, they do this. Dude, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Well, I'm an American with American sports. I know when the season starts. I can tell you right now, first week of September, football, Super Bowl, February, in the season.
Great last nominee by Heat Colt on the chat. The Oscars. Does the Oscars tickle your fancy?
No, because I've never seen any of the movies that are for the awards. I'm on the silly side, and the only movie that ever won an award was My Cousin Vinny that I actually saw. Okay? So, nope.
I haven't seen any of these movies.
I tell you what, I am going to be interested in here. We're going to go with honorable mention. I'm going to watch the golf down here because it's in Palm Beach at PGA.
Dude.
And you know how tough that course is? Somebody shot 59 yesterday.
I saw that somebody shot 59, and then I saw was it Billy Horschel? Did you see him fight the gator? Happy Gilmore style?
No.
Oh.
Well,
he chased this game.
He must shot 80 if you weren't by gators. That's kind of how it works. But dude shot. Do you understand that? In most cases, most years they come down here, single digits wins, like right around 10 under par. And this dude shot 12 under par.
Man,
that is crazy.
That's crazy. That's impressive.
Crazy. But that's, this golf course with no wind this time of year, you can't grow the rough. So, yeah.
Take a break. Get you caught up with your headlines, including some interesting comments about LeBron James with the face of the NBA stuff. That's next. That's that song she stole from Morgan Wallen.
Thief.
Don't say things that are not true.
Hey, so I'm like, smells like the house is burning, right? I go out there. This Fonz is making steak and shrimp fried rice. So I may or may not have a plate in a second.
So you're going to be eating during the segment, is what you're saying?
Oh, it just looked like
no.
He is
that's exactly what you just. I think
all you have
just.
to say.
I think.
Hey! Don't listen. Somebody make a delicious meal up in here. There's a finder's feed. You're like
during commercial breaks.
He said, "Hey man, you can't have none of this." I said, "Well, give me my pot back."
Boxed in.
I said, don't use my. I turned the fire off. Didn't dare.
Headlines are brought to you by Doral Volkswagen. At Doral Volkswagen, choose from over 300 new Volkswagen models in stock, like the Tiguan, the Taos, and the Atlas. And remember, when it comes to Volkswagen, the great deals are at Doral Volkswagen. So yeah, what is this tournament called? This golf tournament, Leroy? Is this?
It's called the Cognizant. That's the sponsor, but they've had it here for a few years. Like this tournament, it used to be the Honda Classic. It was played down at Weston Hills for a while. Then it was played at Eagle Trace for a year. And then they had it at Heron Bay for a couple of years because it was TPC Heron Bay. Then they moved up to Heron Bay? And now it's at PGA. So this has been down in South Florida for a minute. But it's like usually a lot of the big names would come here. Tiger would play in it. Because keep in mind, a lot of the golfers live in Palm Beach.
Ooh. Well, this was the news yesterday. Billy Horschel, Florida Gator. Yeah, he went to Florida, didn't he?
Mm-hmm. Florida Gator
from Florida. Well, he had to handle some business on the course yesterday with this gator that got in his way. Gave him a little nudge with the iron. Sent that thing off.
I mean, he went at it like, he went at it like a person, club. Look how far he kept it away.
Good distance.
Very brave.
Right.
Very brave.
Whereas Boo Weekley would go ride him like Boo Weekley would probably go try to ride him like a horse.
He'd go Gator Boys on him.
Yeah. Like Boo Weekley is redneck. He used to wear fatigues, like golf clothes.
I don't know. What are these animals that they're taking over these courses? Like you have the iguanas all over the courses.
Right. Well, iguanas are all over South Florida. But
they love golf courses.
The Gators, that was their lake first.
Get out of there, dude. We got a tournament going on.
You build the golf course around their houses.
I don't like that. I think you should play it.
Wow.
That's why he went and moved the Gator.
No, he doesn't want the Gator moved.
Can't move the Gator, dude.
So scariest moment that I ever had, it wasn't really scary because I think when it comes to wildlife, white folks are just crazy, right? So I saw a snake on the edge of the golf course, and my buddy came over with a club and started poking it. I'm like, hey, man, that's a water moccasin. He said, you don't know that. I said, it don't matter. I ain't going to get close enough to find out, right? But I came down to South Florida one time and came with a buddy of mine. His name was Brad Goebel. He was a backup quarterback. And we came down to Florida and we were golfing. He hit his ball at Weston Hills on the edge and the bushes were kind of high. And he started walking, trying to, find his ball. And he stepped on a snake and I saw the head and the tail go up like this. And I just took off running. And he said, why are you running? I said, because if he get to you, he ain't going to get to me. So I just start running from afar. So I don't mess with, no. I don't mess with critters. And I'm from Louisiana too. So I was scary then. Mm-mm.
Here was Billy on the interaction with the Gator.
Talk to me about the Gator encounter. Oh, yeah, we were on number 6 green, and I just putted out, went to the left side of the green there, ready about to walk to 7. I saw the gator coming across. The cop who's walking with us walked over there and tried to shoot him, but he didn't, don't have anything to touch him, and he was trying to get as close as he could, and so it was either someone was going to have to go up to number 8 and grab a rake, or, I was 30 yards away, 25 yards away, and I just grabbed the club and went over there and pushed him away. Listen, he was going nowhere good, and so I just went over there to help the cop. As Cam said before I went over there, he goes, what is he going to do, trying to use a taser on him? But I think he would have had to get a little close on that one to try and make it effective.
That's a move of Amanda who's lived in Florida a long time.
Yeah, I'm not afraid of gators. Listen, as I tell most people, I said, they're more afraid of you. Majority of the time, they're going to come after you.
That's a damn lie.
Mating season.
That is a lie.
He needs a -1 for fraudulence and lying.
It might not be wrong. They're just going about their own business.
How many times do you hear somebody dangling their feet in the water and the gator come snatch them out?
Fraud, for lying.
Hey, what are you talking about?
No.
No.
That is my number 1 fear. Actually, not my number 1. We already know this. But one of my biggest fears is a gator. I don't trust them at all.
Here, there's 2 things. One, getting barrel rolled by a gator.
I trust a shark first.
Really?
That says a lot.
No,
yeah.
See,
I've swam with sharks.
That's
and been around them.
That's good.
And guess
Leroy's
what?
food tanks.
I'm fine.
I don't know what's wrong with y'all. They animals.
Yeah.
Like, what makes you think
we're animals?
Like Dr. Doolittle. They will chew your butt up.
They're more afraid of you. Majority of the time, they're going to come after you. During mating season when they're a little aggressive, and then if you're around their nest when they're got some eggs. But majority of the time, listen, they're fine. I mean, I grew up with my dad, grabbing their tail when they're on the side of the bank, and shooting them back in the water. So I've never touched the tail with my hand, but I've done it with a club. So it's not that big of a deal.
What club do you use to shoe a gator?
I had a 60, and I didn't think about it, but the good thing I did grab a 60 because I got 2 extra ones in the locker. So if that one did, become unavailable, I had 2 more in the locker.
Jeez.
So let me explain something to you. First of all, when people get bit by snakes or gators or whatever, and they say you were walking near where their babies are, you don't never know that they have a nest in the area,
horny
dug
gators
out somewhere. So you get 8, not knowing that. So for him to say, "Oh, they don't bother you," they're more afraid of you. Not all the gators I've seen. Like every gator that I've come across on the golf course, look at me and say, "Don't start, no, won't be nothing." They just look at me that look. Hey, Bubba, he really coming over here and mess with us? See?
Also, they drown you first.
Here's the thing.
Then they kill you.
Show me the video of a brother messing with a gator.
We've seen this before. We've seen this before. Didn't they think like there was a bad spirit in the gator and they killed it? We watched that video.
Okay. Okay. You know what I mean. You know what the hell I'm saying. Stop acting like just like old swimming with the sharks. I watch Shark Week. I see all them damn teeth. I don't want no part of that.
Captain America hosted Shark Week last time.
Old Captain America or young spry Captain America?
New Captain America.
Mackie. Okay. Yeah, no. Did you see how terrified Shaq was in the cage? Like, come on.
Shaq, though. I don't know.
They don't make Shaq-sized cages.
Wait, if there's any animal that would be afraid of a human, it'd be Shaq in a cage. Right? Them sharks going by and say, "Thank God he's in a cage. He would get us." And Shaq just as terrified too.
Yeah, then what's Shaq
Or how
gonna do?
about when they tell you? Act normal. He can sense your fear. What the hell? What is that? That's a Kung Fu Panda? Black edition.
I love I can't imagine what the Google receipts are for that one.
Why does the gator look like he's squaring up? He's like,
right. What? Is that a real gator?
There's two gators that
There's
are
a
squaring up.
There's three of them.
His other legs.
No, there's actually 4. I think there's one behind him.
Yeah, one behind him.
Hit it with the Shawn Michaels sweet chin music.
Wait, like, first of all, buddy, put a shirt on.
Okay.
Okay.
That's really
No, the shirt gets in the way. The shirt gets in the way.
Look, dude, if you can sweet chin music a gator, you can wear a shirt or not a shirt. You can do whatever you want.
First of all, dude that's a bad, you know what's amazing about that?
Hmm?
I'm looking at the gators and I'm looking at, they all have the same size legs.
Very tiny.
Yeah, look at his arms. His arms are here. Like,
Marcos and I actually did some math last week to see if we can outrun a gator.
Yeah.
Remember our math? Mm-hmm.
That's right. That's right.
Hey.
How many meters?
I believe it was like 60. Was it 60?
See, gator speed, because they say you can just do the zigzag.
They
but
do like
well, hold on.
Yeah.
Okay, let's use the common sense portion of our brain.
Yeah.
him and I had common sense last week.
If something is chasing you,
yeah,
and you're terrified of what's chasing you, what in your brain says just run zigzag?
Because they don't have lateral quickness. That's why.
Yes.
Also, they run out of like they have bursts, and then
they
tired.
have bursts.
Like you want to avoid going from a situation where it could spin to get you, but like if you go, in a lightning bolt formation, it's gonna run out of steam because it can't cross quickly. It can't. That's why they say run zigzag.
Also, they
know how to do this.
The bursts last they go as fast as like 30 miles per hour, I believe, and then they stop. The gators.
Oh, I thought you said the birds. Very interesting that you would know.
Wait a minute, a gator can run 30 miles an hour
for a short amount of time. Yeah.
For a short amount of time.
It don't matter how short. How
and then
far?
It's
wait.
It gets tired.
If a gator is chasing you, if he can run 30 miles an hour for 5 seconds,
yeah,
you do realize that's 40 yards.
There's no way a gator can run 30 miles an hour.
That's
you guys had
can run up to.
Give me I need you guys to find me on YouTube the fastest video of a gator running that long.
The maximum speed of an alligator can reach up to 35 miles per hour on land and 20 miles per hour swimming.
That doesn't even make sense. So you're telling me a gator's faster on land than it is on water? That's stupid.
Well, he's got 4 legs.
I don't make.
He has a giant propeller.
But it ain't spinning like that, dumbass.
It does like this.
Yeah,
dumbass.
That doesn't mean he can't go that fast.
Kidding me? You're here to tell me a gator can run faster than it can swim?
Yeah, I agree there. That doesn't make sense.
All right, like this is according to the Sentinel, the NBA Sentinel. WildFloridaAirboats.com. How fast are gators?
You have to trust the airboats.
Usain Bolt's world record speed, 27.8 miles per hour. I'll take the gator.
I'm just telling you. Wait. So, Tobin.
Yeah.
If a gator get mad at you,
yep.
Even if he can run 20 miles an hour for 5 seconds, you realize you ain't getting away, right?
All you got to do is change direction, and it's sunk because it can't. Once you go in a different direction, it's basically like,
okay, Tyreek Hill. Okay, Tyreek Hill. You just
I don't even need Tyreek, dude. I can be Julian Hill with Zach Sealer on my back, and that gator's not getting me.
I can be Hank Hill.
I don't think you realize how fast 25 miles an hour is.
It doesn't matter. Something that goes fast that can't change direction is screwed once it's taken off its path. It's almost like outrunning a train. All you got to do is get outside the train can be going 100 miles an hour. If you're off the train tracks, it doesn't matter. You're safe.
Tell that to Jay Fig.
Okay, can I just say something?
I almost got stuck by a train yesterday.
You sitting here acting like your athletic prowess could do this.
It has nothing to do with athletics.
I'm saying, and under panic, if something's chasing you, you got to go pretty deep, right? You got to go pretty deep to say, I'm gonna start running zigzag. You're just running.
Stating very good points here.
Mm-hmm.
Tobin, you're the same guy who ate a wall.
First of all, Jennifer,
Leroy, you
Jennifer,
once said you can outrun a snake.
no, he said a snake would never sneak up on him.
Well, sneak up on you. Same.
My head is always on the swivel for critters. Always.
Dude, you had to call me in a panic from your garage.
No, it wasn't my garage. It was in a thing outside, right? And I sent you a picture, and you didn't know either. Because you said, ooh, poisonous. Get away
Better
from
safe than sorry.
Okay.
Better safe than sorry. And
They
all
sneak up on things to eat, Leroy. Yeah.
Take a break. Back after this.
The Pacers are
All right, welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy. Leroy, can you get a weather update from the Demesman and Dover Law Firm, your accidentattorneys.com. Free consultations 24/7. Call them at 866-954-MORE.
Leroy's eating.
Oh, sorry, Leroy. I didn't realize it was fried rice time, dude. My bad.
Fried rice Fridays.
Yep. Well, this is my last Friday to be able to eat that meat.
You can't just keep going on a diet.
So he's giving up?
No, that's like a cardinal Lent rule. It's kind of like
You don't eat meat on Friday.
On Fridays. Okay.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, wow. It's relatively calm out there. Sunny skies. Just a slight breeze. I cannot tell which way the wind's blowing because there's nothing to base it off of. But I'm going to guess it's coming out of the east, a little northeast maybe. And the temperature is right around 80 degrees. But what a beautiful day.
How'd you do, Frog Boy? Jesus, are you all right?
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, his weather was good, but
you okay?
Yes. No, I didn't.
It sounded like
my wire.
Oh, a lot of ASMR going on.
My wire hooked some kind of potted plant Fonz has in here, and it dumped it over, and that was what was falling.
It sounded like a Looney Tune stepping on a rake. Like that's what that sound effect was you just gave us. That was vicious, dude. Oh my. Let's get to this. So LeBron James yesterday, he had some thoughts because I don't know if you guys saw Anthony Edwards over the All-Star break was asked about being the face of the NBA, and he's like, I don't want it. Wemby's the face of the NBA. They got Wemby anyway. So LeBron was asked about these comments. Hey, the Lakers beat the Wolves. Anthony Edwards was kicked out of the game, double techs. He got into it with Vanderbilt a little bit. And then he was tripped by Gabe Vincent and then mouthed off to the ref. He got teed up, kicked out of the game, 16 suspension, 16 tech suspension incoming for Ant-Man, who it's got to be freezing. Who could blame him? It's got to be getting very cold over there. Why would you want to stay there? That's another story for another day. Here was LeBron on Anthony Edwards' comments.
I mean, it's unfortunate, but I don't know when you. Why do you want to be the face of a league when all the people that that cover our game and talk about our game on a day-to-day basis on everybody? I mean, that responsibility. It's just weird. It's weird energy from the people that I don't know. But Channing, he said it. He said it perfectly. He couldn't have said it no better. But Ant said he don't want it. Obviously I didn't ask for it, but I knew there was a responsibility for me. Not only to my family, my friends, my community, and whoever that was going to follow my journey throughout my career. Not only in Ohio when I started there, but all over America and all over the world when I traveled all over the world. So I've always taken that seriously and understood from the beginning what being a professional was all about and being a role model was all about. So try to hold that with the utmost respect and honor, but I feel I understand. I completely understand. This is weird energy when it comes to that. So
there you go, LeBron James just say post game.
I would say this is that sometimes being the best at what you do and wanting to excel at what you do it for that reason, not for the reasons that others want you to do it. And if you can live with that, then fine. We all love watching Ant-Man play. He's a competitor. He loves it. But that's it. That's all he wants to be. And that's fine I'm fine with that. And I can understand how people are turned off by it, right? Because you remember early on in LeBron's career, he had people going after him relentlessly.
Yeah, I mean, I would say LeBron James having people go after him is something that he's had to deal with the whole chasing of the Jordan thing for his whole career. him not choosing. I mean, like, look, he tattooed "Chosen One" on his back after being on the SI cover. Like, I think he knew what was going to come with the territory too.
Yeah, but he was able to lean into it. I'm saying everybody's not like that.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I don't really understand this. This whole "there's not a face of the NBA" thing has been a little bit weird because I don't know. I feel like more teams have faces than ever. I think this is one of the things that you look around the league and there's a lot of great young guys all over.
Week to week, when you have a certain team come in, even your team celebrates who's coming into town.
Yeah,
right?
I don't know.
I get that, but I'm just saying here, it's a weird thing in sports right now when the better you are at what you do, the more people go out of their way to knock you down. And I think that's where
is that new though? Is that really new? Like
it is.
I mean, Muhammad Ali dealt with that. Like this is that
different circumstances.
Like but even in the case of like people going after, like this happened with like the heavyweight division with Klitschko. Like people would go at him and say, "Yeah, he's not a true great heavyweight." This is not.
Though.
Is it?
Yeah,
people have been comparing eras and comparing with this guy being that.
I'm not talking about comparing. I'm not talking about comparing eras. Like I'm all for that. Like you can, the greatest that you've seen in your time versus the great. That's topics of discussion that will live forever in sports. But what I am talking about is the fact that what LeBron was talking about is Ant-Man saying he don't want to be the face, and LeBron saying, I can understand why. He said, because, if you have that position, people go out of their way to trash you, like that part I get. Like we don't, here, put it this way. We don't celebrate the extraordinary things that athletes do the way we used to. And that if somebody does something great, the next comment within the next couple of days is going to be, well, he can't do this or he ain't better than that. Instead of just enjoying,
But is that like, when do you think that line is? Because I got to be honest with you, I've been a sports fan my whole life. I feel like that's always been a thing where greatness has been celebrated, but guys have always been compared, and GOAT conversations are not new. And
talking about two different things, though.
I don't think we are, because you're talking about
comparing LeBron to Jordan or the newer guys to the older guys.
But that's most of the newer guys thing is like they're comparing us and saying we can't live up to a certain thing, or we can't play in that era, or this guy's never going to be good enough. Like I don't feel like any of that stuff is new to sports.
What LeBron was talking about was having guys be the face of the league and always getting trashed, and he could understand why nobody wouldn't want to be that. So it was in response to what Ant said, I don't want to be that, go to Wemby.
Yeah, but you're saying, I know, I'm just trying to get onto your thing of saying that because we're not celebrating greatness enough. I don't feel like that's any, I don't feel like anything new or has happened. Maybe it's more echoed because of social media, and that puts a warped perception on people.
Right.
But I don't think it's new. I think this has been the way it's been for a while.
Think about this. When is the last time you watched one of your teams play and you've said, that guy was better than us today? And that was your only explanation as to why your team lost. You do it all the time. We fight about this all the time. That we'll come in and you'll start complaining about the officials or this or that, or can't get a call or this, or it's never that.
Yeah, but we've been doing a show for nearly 10 years. When have I stopped doing that? I've done that there's nothing new. Like what I'm saying is there's nothing new to like Anthony Edwards having this kind of perspective, which by the way, Ant might have said something in jest because he does a lot too, because last time I checked, last year in the playoffs, he was on the Today Show comparing himself to Michael Jordan as well. So it's not like he's always had this sheepish, I don't want it.
No,
like the only guy
he's very aggressive with the chit chat.
There's only one guy who I feel like truly doesn't want it, and that's Nikola Jokic. That's the only guy who very clearly doesn't want to be the face of the league, even though it's pretty clear he's the best player in the league. He wants to go play with Horse. Everybody else, like, I don't necessarily believe Ant-Man when he says he doesn't want to be the face of the league. Tatum very clearly does, because every sentence out of his mouth is, I'm not appreciated enough. It's like, yeah, maybe not. And maybe that's like, I guess people are saying with the Tatum thing, but I don't know what it is with him. Like, people are just not captivated by Jason Tatum. I don't know what to tell you. It's kind of like one of these things where you can know somebody's good, but there's also a difference between being good and captivating. Like,
it looks different here. When you're bigger and taller than everybody and you play a certain position, it doesn't look as demanding as if somebody like John Morant dunks.
Yeah.
Right? You know, you just, because of his size. But when you look at Tatum, what is he, 6'9"?
Yeah, 6'9", 6'10".
Right. So there's really
Marcos,
nobody that he's dealing with.
For our listeners out there, Marcos just threw up a picture of Jason Tatum getting crossed up by Osor Thompson.
Oh my! Woo! He's like, oh my goodness! I think I got the vapors. Look at it.
Oh, gee, willikers.
It's like, oh my goodness!
But like that's another thing. It's like, that's not new. Like, just because something bad happened to Jason Tatum, it's like they treat us, dude. You know how many times Ty Lue's had to deal with Allen Iverson stepping over his ass? Like, this guy's a very successful coach, and everybody only refers to everybody. They only remember Allen Iverson stepping over him against him on the Lakers.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think, I think it's you have to have the right makeup to be the face of the league, and sometimes people just name you the face of the league, and you might not fit the bill as everybody else who has been the face of the league. So it's a little uncomfortable, right? But I do understand, like, I was around when Jordan was winning all those championships. And today we talk about Michael Jordan like, oh, they ain't gonna never be nobody even close to him. But people don't realize when he came back and they won 3 more championships, everybody was rooting against Jordan. They were tired of Jordan. Just like we said, we tired of Patrick Mahomes. They were doing that with Jordan. They were rooting for the Utahs. And they were rooting for all these other teams to beat Michael Jordan. And now all of a sudden we acting as though, oh, he was always the GOAT. I was always a fan of Jordan. LeBron ain't better than Jordan. And I'm going to say, y'all don't remember when everybody was rooting for Utah.
I did sneakily like Patrick Mahomes pooping the bed. I liked it.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Like, we get
it.
tired of guys having too much success.
There's just enough of them already, though, dude. Like, enough of the Chiefs.
Dude.
And they got less entertaining. That's the thing.
Is it safe to say that it is a you problem because nobody for Kansas City has done anything wrong? And in fact, 2 years ago, we were rooting for not only Patrick Mahomes, but for Andy Reid to finally get his comeuppance.
Of course. But that team was fun.
But
Ring around the Rosie? Oh.
Oh, my
Now I'm
goodness.
barely, like, if I get a pass more than 8 yards, I'm lucky.
Travis Kelce's yelling at poor Andy Reid. He's angry now.
We'll take a break. Mix things up on the other side. Back after this.
I say he's so sweet. Come on.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy with you here, 560 WQAM. Want to invite you to experience every upset, every buzzer beater, and every heart-stopping moment reading at Odyssey's Buckets and Bets on March 20th to the 23rd. It's presented by Hard Rock Bet. We're transforming the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Hollywood to the ultimate college basketball tip-off weekend. Immerse yourselves with massive LED screens, beers with your crew, and real-time betting action. VIP tickets and packages are available at Ticketmaster.com and get all the info at bucketsandbets.com. It's offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 or over and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Gambling problem? Call 1-888-ADMIT-IT. Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Hollywood. And we're going to give you a chance to win a pair of tickets. So keep on listening. We'll give those away before the end of today's show. Frog Boy, let's get to the mixed bag. What do you got for us today, Cam Wart?
Damn it. It's good. It's good.
Point for Tobin.
But I would take that as a compliment, sir, because if that means I'm anywhere remotely close to the man or frog that Cam Ward is, it is an honor. He's been speaking. He's been doing a lot of talking, and anytime he talks, gets me going. This specific thing that he said here, I can bring to franchises what no other prospect can. And that's huge. Huge.
Just holding people accountable. I'm not no rah-rah guy. At this point in your career in NFL, you shouldn't need somebody to motivate you every day. You got to be self-motivated. That's the type of person I am. That's the type of leader I am. So I just think, what I can bring to a franchise, no other player can bring that.
Wow. God, love him. Please don't
throw
go
a
to the
wall.
Wasn't a report too that the Saints met with him too. They're going to try and hop up and get him.
You think?
I don't know.
What pick are they?
I think what are they, 7th?
Okay, that's not too.
They still got Derek Carr though.
Okay.
If you have Derek Carr, what do you got?
They have the 9th pick.
9th pick, 9th to 1. That's steep.
That is steep.
That is steep climb.
Wait, look at how much it cost Chicago. Wait, what was it? Who moved up a couple years? Chicago moved up, didn't they?
Did they move up or did Carolina move up?
Carolina moved up. And they took Bryce Young over CJ Stroud. Doesn't it always seem like bad organizations make bad decisions?
Sure does.
That's what happens.
But I always say this, and this is how I wonder about the draft. If Bryce Young was in Houston and who's the other quarterback?
CJ Stroud.
CJ Stroud was in Carolina, where Bryce Young had more success than CJ Stroud based on the infrastructure and how that team was built.
It's possible. I don't know.
You know what I mean? That's the part of the draft that I think gets lost with people because you see players and you forget about all the other stuff.
Bryce Young showed a little something at the end of the year.
Huh? Yeah, he did.
He showed a little something.
He did after the coach got fired, right?
No. After Rod Wave reached out to him.
Oh, okay.
R&B superstar.
What else you got in the mixed bag?
I got something for the parents out there, so I apologize, J Fig. Although your opinion is valued, of course.
Okay.
Guys, I want to picture you and your lovely child front row to see the GOAT, Messi. Tobin, you told me Tommy is really picked up his Messi appreciation as of recent.
Loves Messi.
Sometimes, as we know, things can go a little arid with these kicks sometimes over the goal, to the right of the goal. And if you're front row, you may be liable, unfortunately, to get a little bit of damage, if you will. I want you to watch this video here and see if you would have reacted the same way this parent did upon the child receiving a bit of a gift. Bit of a translation for our radio audience.
You mind? Yeah.
Do you need a translation, Marcos?
Well, I guess we'll find out, won't we, J-Fig? Ball goes arid on a free kick, hits a poor 2-year-old baby. I'm assuming she's 2. She looks couldn't be older than 3.
That looked like a really small child.
Very small child.
A baby.
I'd say a baby. Definitely don't even know if this baby's potty. First thing that comes to the parents, of course, is, oh my God, I'm sorry. Child was hit with the ball. Upon realizing,
I'm sorry, Marcos. It says
Jesus
the baby
Christ.
got hit.
So once the baby gets hit with the ball,
I feel like you guys are embarrassing ancestors.
I'm not. It's Marcos.
All right, you want an exact word for word? Here goes.
I want exact word for word.
Le pego la nena. The child was hit. The girl was hit. It continues with, está bien, mi amor. It's fine, little girl. And why is it fine? It was messy. Messy being
It was messy.
So is that now? What do you do?
Hey,
you
wait.
the child?
Why is the other child shirtless?
Well, it's a soccer.
It's soccer, dude. What do you mean? What kind of a question is that? Soccer.
Why is he
Like we had Patty Pimblett on yesterday. You think he wore shirts to soccer matches?
No.
Poor child hit by the messy ball. The dad assures her, it's fine, no worries. It was messy. The GOAT.
I love how the dad is telling the baby who doesn't know anything. Don't worry, it's okay. You got hurt.
I got to be honest with you. If we were at a Heat game and D Wade errant pass hit Tommy right in the snot box,
yeah,
I'd have been like, "You should be honored. That was the GOAT."
So you be the same way.
I've always said that. Like, if I were to ever sit by the court or whatever, like, I'd be honored if I got hit by something.
You know what my dad would do?
Shake it off.
My dad, he would have what is called reverse psychology, hood style. If you get your nose busted, if you act like it's no big deal, he ain't gonna treat it like a big deal.
Yeah, that's true. That's classic.
I've done that too.
Sometimes with kids, when you go over there, then they get scared, they start crying, and they don't even know what happened.
But the GOAT, dude. Come on, the GOAT.
I mean, can he be the GOAT when he's missing by that much?
Well, I mean, you know.
Are you questioning Messi's GOATness?
Did they ever come and apologize to the family or something?
No, the dad said it was fine.
No. I want to know, did they say anything?
Not a word.
Would have been funny if the baby just goes, "He was Busquets."
Really?
Ronaldo.
So now all this Spanish being spoken, and the kid is gonna blurt out, "It was Busquets." Hey,
look,
hey,
Messi.
I got other questions.
No pasa nada.
So, are they at the game to watch? Because that ball was kicked from like 40 yards away, and there's 2 parents there.
No, it's fast.
Did nobody block it?
No, you're worried about getting out of the way. You don't realize there's a little child.
You think the parents are goaltenders? Like, what do you think's going on here?
40 yards away, you can catch it. It's your little kid.
Leroy thinks he can
If
see.
a baseball was coming
They're
at
not. They don't actually know
ball.
what's going to happen. That's not something you anticipate.
No, what I'm saying is this. You spend a boatload of money to see Messi. If he's kicking that free kick, you are paying attention. The ball traveled 30 or 40 yards to hit little baby in the face.
Who's to say they weren't?
What are you looking at?
They're just dodging from the ball, dude.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like
Leroy,
if
you think very highly of
you're watching a game and a errant ball comes, right? You watching the game, you can block it. I ain't saying you got to catch it, but the fact that there's 2 parents right there The ball gets kicked. It goes past a little chunky kid, two parents.
You don't have to fat shame the kid. You don't have to fat shame the kid.
You know what? -1.
You don't have to. You could have told the story and said shirtless kid. You said chunky kid. What's wrong with you?
Everything you said is just wrong.
If he doesn't want,
no, dude, no,
then,
Leroy.
I hate fat shaming children. When will it end?
You have no. You have no couth and no shame.
What are you talking about?
You're fat shaming a child. He didn't ask to be on the internet.
Listen, when he was jumping up and down, and I'm just going like, yeah.
I can't wait till Lent, dude.
You literally had no like. Let me just say something right
He's
now.
not gonna give that up.
Hold on,
I'll
JP.
give it up.
Hold on.
I will not. Okay, that's what I'm giving up for Lent. No fat shaming.
Yeah, and
What's
then
the
you know what? If
penalty?
you do something, you're going to the dartboard of doom. That's it.
Okay.
You got to pay punishments to send people to the dartboard of doom, J-Fig.
Yeah.
So I don't think
How
you
do
can do
you?
the rule.
How do you?
And I wasn't trying to do it. And
You
I wasn't
first.
trying to do it. You first. But
You first.
I don't know. We'll come up with a punishment, but I think your punishment is supposed to be by God because it's Lent. But I just want to be clear. I just want to be clear. You crossed the line, sir.
Hey, so I'm just saying, if I'm watching the game with Rebecca and Fonz when they were younger, and we watching the game, and a ball goes errant, and I'm watching, I'm blocking the ball.
What if you were ordering a beer at the time?
No.
For those,
come on, we've seen people hold a baby in a beer and catch the ball in the beer.
Hey, but some people have that quick thinking and stuff. Other people,
you know what he probably.
Take one for the team. You get in front of your little 2-year-old.
Was that a free kick that got hit? Because it looked like a free kick. Because maybe the guy just thought to himself, "It's messy going in the net." He probably
exactly.
But you're still watching.
I know. Well, maybe he wasn't. Maybe he was ordering a beer. He goes,
he was gonna go past and
automatic.
That close. And you're going to see Messi, and Messi has a free kick.
Sometimes I'll go to a Heat game, right, and be like, "Oh, Tyler's at the line; these free throws are going in." Like, he's automatic.
Yeah, but you're not in a position where, like, you could get hit with the ball.
Look, dude. I go to Heat games and I see these people on the court side. Half the time, they're not paying attention.
Timbo Slice. By the way, soccer and those soccer kids. Let me just say something.
Okay.
Can I just say
you're making soccer kids for players, but you need to accommodate some of the people that wear your fits. I'm gonna just say that because guess what? There is nothing worse than seeing somebody try to squeeze in their Messi's actual jersey because that's the only size they make in soccer jerseys, right?
You're not making 40 days. There's 0.0%
Want to put a wager on it?
I don't have to make a wager. You've made a wager with God.
Well, come on.
It's not a bet. You've already said you're giving it up for Lent. Let's see if you could do it. Do it for your religion.
You know what? Here. Can I just say this? This is the most and the best you have done at avoiding any type of wager. This is some of your best work right here.
You've already made your wager with the big man.
Leroy.
That's
all
God.
I'm saying. All I'm saying is there has to be people that agree with me. You going to see Messi. Messi has a free kick, and you're not paying attention enough, and your kid get hit in the face, and then say, "Don't worry about it. It was Messi."
Leroy,
that 2-year-old should have
these
whacked
things
daddy.
No.
It's your job, not with two parents right there.
We got to take a break. But if you guys want to go buckets and bets right now, caller number 10 for Messi. Caller 10 to 305-567-0560. You'll win a pair of tickets to Buckets and Bets at the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. Come watch the tournament with us. We'll be there and enjoying it. We'll be doing our show live there the first couple of days. But all the college teams take each other on. Upsets galore. It's going to be a great time. Buckets and bets. Get your tickets now at Ticketmaster.com. But caller 10 right now is going to win a pair of tickets. Back after this.
Previously.
But in Leroy.
Hey, by the way, I'm not fat shaming. Do it is portly. Sing it, sausage fingers.
WQA.
All right, welcome back, you rascals. Tobin and Leroy here with you, 560 WQAM. Hello, Brittany. I see that you have tapped in for Marcos here, who has become the king of the half day. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Do you roll your eyes when Marcos is like, "Hey, I need another day. I need off. I need to leave"? And does everybody else roll their eyes at Frog Boy in the bullpen?
I don't know. I don't speak to anybody else. This is my first time filling in for him, so no roll of the eyes just yet. Maybe,
all right.
Maybe down the road, but right now I'm just
You'll get tired quick.
We're happy to have you. Let's get to headlines here, brought to you by Doral Volkswagen. At Doral Volkswagen, choose from over 300 new Volkswagen models in stock, like the Tiguan, the Taos, and the Atlas. And remember, when it comes to Volkswagen, the great deals are at Doral Volkswagen. The Miami Heat back on the hardwood tonight against the Indiana Pacers. We'll get into more of it in 15 minutes of Heat, but that's an 8 o'clock tip-off. Coverage on 560 begins at 6:45, and that is a 4.5-point spread, last I checked, with Indiana as the favorite tonight. Marlins are getting ready for a little spring training action, Leroy. Sandman on the hill today. Don't laugh, dude. I mean, what do you mean? Sandy Alcantara is on the hill.
When the regular season starts, look, we go to a couple of games every year. We like going, it's fun, or whatever, right? But when was the last time we've gone, besides the time you jumped in the pool, where we were entertained by the baseball? Exactly.
I don't remember.
Right.
I don't remember. I don't think I went last season. Did we go last season?
We didn't go last season.
No.
So maybe the year before that. The year before that, they were good. Playoff team. Why that decided? No thanks. That'll be a mystery that remains.
Oh, Jennifer, you didn't go in a couple of years because remember, you couldn't get a ticket.
What are you talking about? That happened a while ago. I went last time with you guys.
Okay.
He mixes days. Panthers defeat the Edmonton Oilers 4-3.
Good game, according to us, not according to
Paul Maurice was not impressed. That's what a champion does. He demands more. Otherwise, punitive skates.
I've never heard that before.
Punitive skates.
I think Mike McDaniel should have punitive runs.
You might want to do that.
I know who did have him. The coach before him run to the wall.
Oh yeah, touch the wall.
Yeah,
that didn't work out either.
Never had a losing record.
Yeah, I guess there's that. Well, he did have a losing record. He lost a lot of games his first year.
Oh, the first year.
Remember they threw that on his press release on the way out. Like, look at this record. Oof.
That's a low rent move right there.
Oh, it was a rat move. Typical rat behavior.
You got mad at him for not tanking, and then when you fired him, you put that as part of his record.
Yep.
Yeah.
But to get to a little cat talk here, which is brought to us by Hollywood Kia. At Hollywood Kia, the #1 Kia dealer in all of Florida. Get the star treatment. We want to see you in a Hollywood Kia. Visit them at HollywoodKia.com. We were talking about this, Leroy, about who would be between the pipes tomorrow, and Paul Maurice has announced Sergei Bobrovsky.
Oh, really? Okay.
Is going to be in the net tomorrow. So he is going to go let Bob have another one right out there. And of course,
they play again on Sunday.
No, Monday against the Lightning.
So maybe Spencer Knight gets it. Well, I don't know. I can't Sergei can go a few games in a row.
Well, Sergei had a lot of time off. Sergei's like, hey, time for me to play. Let's go. Bob time.
Yeah. You think Bob ever nixes it? When he says, yeah, we're going to put no.
Nah, I don't think so. He's got a very good relationship with Robbie Tallis, who's the goalie coach, and I think they put the plan together.
Okay.
So, and of course,
I'm glad to see, by the way, this goes unmentioned, but it's good to see, Knight being able to come back from his demons or whatever it was, where he had to go take a timeout, coming back and playing as well as he is.
Absolutely.
We make assumptions. That doesn't always happen.
Definitely not. It's a great story. Absolutely.
Yep.
And then, of course, tomorrow will be the return of the Lamborghini. And if you guys missed it earlier, this was him on facing the Lightning yesterday.
History in this building, some good, some bad. Do you like coming here or do you hate it?
I like the palm trees and the sunshine, but I hate these guys.
Wow.
Wait,
that was amazing.
The guy going, wow. Like,
wow.
Yeah, like,
didn't expect that.
No, but yes, he did. That's why he asked the question.
I mean, the second you see his face during the question, like you already know it's going to go.
Hold on. You know, if you ask any Panthers about Tampa or Carolina, that's the reaction you're going to get. So he went down that road.
Maybe he just didn't expect, the curse scene.
Oh yeah, I would imagine he didn't expect that. But here's how you do it. Here's how you do it as a professional. You keep it moving. You don't stop and go, oh wow.
History in this building, some good, some bad. Do you like coming here or do you hate it?
I like the palm trees and the sunshine, but I hate these guys.
Wow.
It's the wow that gets you, right? Because now you're paying attention to, like, put it this way. We have a whole bunch of fight guys on. Tobin knows the guys that are a little bit loose with the language, right? But he always eggs them on. And when they do it, you know what we do? Keep it moving. We don't stop. We don't pause. We just keep going. There's a dump button, and that's it. But we don't like
caught him by surprise. The second he looked back, here,
oh wow! Yeah. Oh wow!
Mm-hmm.
Al Mago says the wow is like a well said, but I can't co-sign.
True.
History in this building, some good, some bad. Do you like coming here or do you hate it?
I like the palm trees and the sunshine, but I hate these guys.
Wow.
I mean, have you faced Kucherov?
No, but I'm just saying. We all know that that's the reaction you're going to get from a former Panthers player about Tampa.
Especially the Lamborghini.
Right. Who's still tiny.
He is, but giant in heart.
And he's got the old like he's getting ready to be a ninja.
History in this building, some good, some bad. Do you like coming here or do you hate it?
I like the palm trees and the sunshine, but I hate these guys.
Wow.
I can hear that 40 more times.
Yes, but it's crazy because the wow is like
wow.
Yeah, like he's shocked.
Hey.
It's the ha for me.
That is our cat talk there. We'll take a break. 15 minutes of heat. That's next. Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy back with you here on 560 WQAM. Let's get to a little 15 minutes of heat here, brought to us by Hollywood Kia. At Hollywood Kia, the #1 Kia dealer in all of Florida. Get the star treatment. We want to see you in a Hollywood Kia. Visit them online, hollywoodkia.com. We have the Heat back on the hardwood tonight against the Indiana Pacers. Last game, a great game from Davion Mitchell, who I think really you got to be swooning over with how he's been playing. He's had some really, really good moments, even though the Heat haven't been able to put a full game together, which has been interesting. Like, it's not like there's been zero success with these guys. It's just for whatever reason, this team sucks in the fourth quarter this year. And finally, we're able to get over the hump. But a lot of those guys have had really productive moments in their Heat career so far, Leroy, in particular Mitchell and Wiggins.
Right. I just think it's a situation where too much. Like, Spo's looking for the perfect pairing or the perfect combination of the plus minus, and you probably just need to put your best players out there during certain moments and not care what the plus minus is.
Yeah, I certainly think like a guy like Haywood Highsmith needs to be out there too. Like a guy who's going to do the in-between stuff, the dirty stuff. You know, I think
he's basically a Bruce Bowens type player, but maybe a better shooter. And so from that standpoint, he gives you the best combination of what you're trying to get. You want to get defense, and when you get defense out there, you lack scoring. But he can score and play that defense you're looking for. He has to be on the court.
This was Duncan Robinson on what that win meant for the Heat, especially with the new guys on the team. Here was the man they referred to as Dunkyard Dog.
Yeah, I mean, it's great to win and win at home and, just kind of poke or get back into that belief, that we're capable. Sometimes this league is really, really challenging. Obviously, it's hard to win games. And, you can forget pretty quickly as a group what you're capable of. So it's always good to just kind of have a little reminder. I think it'll be a good reference point for us moving forward about what we're capable of.
Also, 6 more threes tonight, Dunks, please. More of that, please. Chop, chop.
What? Only on the Miami Heat can a guy who reached 500 threes quicker than anybody in the history of the NBA, a guy who leads your franchise in three-point shooting, could be benched. Right? On no other team would Duncan be benched the way he is here.
He's been through a lot. I mean, that's the thing that's been interesting. If anybody was, this whole next man up thing is not easy, but if anybody's been dealing with it, it would probably be like Duncan Robinson and Haywood Highsmith. So them both being catalysts for the win. It's like, yeah, that's Spo. They've probably rid the Spo moodiness more than anybody has.
What happens in those situations is like, think about this. If you're Duncan Robinson, because of your situation and how you were played, sometimes you get a little shy to shoot the ball. Because you don't think, oh my goodness, if I miss, I'm out of the game. Right?
This is kind of cool.
That's the hardest thing for me that I would have to deal with is that, sometimes you need a stretch of 4 or 5 shots to find your groove.
By the way, I'm not the only one who calls him Dunkyard Dog. Everybody calls him that, dude.
No, that's not true.
No, it is true. Everybody calls him Dunkyard Dog.
It's only you. It's only you.
People call him Dunkyard Dog, and people are no.
It's become a thing, Leroy. I think
People
on Twitter.
People other than Tobin.
People, dude. Because you want to know something? I am the king of the Heat nicknames. Okay, so that's Dunkyard Dog, and let me tell you something. Tyler Hero, Cobra Ty, it's gonna take off, dude.
I don't know.
No, you know
that one will take more time. But Dunkyard Dog.
No, it's not gonna take more time because after Tyler Hero drops 7 threes on Tyrese Halliburton tonight, I'm going to get a video of you crane kicking like Daniel's son back on on the group chat because it's going to be Cobra Ty time.
Or just get that guy that how many? Let's see, Tuesday. I still have 4 more days. The fat guy kicking the alligator.
There you go again. You know what?
I have until Tuesday.
So you're gonna You're gonna be like a fat shaman Uzi?
Yeah, oh yeah. This weekend I'm hitting Twitter.
Oh no!
Speaking of Twitter, Eric Reed, voice of the Miami Heat, apparently he has orchestrated a meeting between Bam Adebayo and the spin doctor, Ronnie Cycli. And he had the two meet at the Heat facility. And Bam, who, of course, is now tied Ronnie Cycli in double-doubles. They met for the first time yesterday. And he says that they had a conversation. It seems like they did it on camera. And I guess that's going to get shared on FanDuel TV. So that'll be cool.
Cool.
He puts the double-double kings of the Miami Heat. And that's a picture of Bam Adebayo and Cycli and Eric Reed there. He must feel tiny. Not a short man.
I mean, Cycli's not that, like, he's maybe a half inch taller than Bam.
Yeah. And he's probably shrunk a little, you know, you hunch over in a DJ booth.
And what's crazy about that is think about this. Now guys that are Cycli's size are point forwards or wing players. They ain't nowhere near the paint.
Pretty crazy that record stood for as long as it did.
I mean, you need players. When was the last? Who has played here as long as the only person I could think of is UD.
Well, UD has the rebounding record by a lot.
No, I
They didn't
know,
have
but
the
I'm
points.
just saying that's the only person that played long enough to be able to come close to that record.
I mean, he played 6 seasons with the Heat. It's not like he played
Okay,
15
give me
years.
give me another big that played that long.
I don't know. I would have thought Zoe would have had that record.
No,
I mean, Zoe was what? He was second on the team. He was second on the list.
but remember, he had his first stint, but when he came back, he was coming off the bench.
Dude, that was like 2 years though. He was like a multi-time All-Star with the Miami Heat. He was, you know.
But he how many years did Zoe play here? 4, 5?
Let's see. No, 9
total.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in the first stint before he came back.
Okay, so 7 to 6.
I mean, I guess he had the kidney thing, so that's shortened.
Right. That's what I'm saying. He didn't play as much as Cycli. Like, Bam has been the first guy to play here that long for it to even be a consideration, is all I'm saying, other than UD.
Or are we disrespecting Cycli? It's just an impressive record.
No, we're not disrespecting him. A record that lasts for 30 years, 30 plus. But I'm just saying, from like, there's certain records that longevity plays a role in, right? And if you don't have anybody that plays that position that has played anywhere close to the amount of games or the length of time that Cycli has played, that makes it difficult. Bam is the first guy to play that position that has played here on a consistent basis for the same amount of time as Cycli.
We'll take a break here on the show. When we come back, we'll close things out with a little "You Dead to Me." Next. Leroy just zags when everyone zigs.
Sag you.
The Pacers are
big butts, and I cannot lie. You other brothers can't deny that when a girl walks in with an itty bitty waist and a round thing in your face, you get sprung. Wanna pull up tough?
All right, welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you, 560 WQAM. We'll let you guys know one more time. We're going to invite you to experience every upset, every buzzer beater, and every heart-stopping moment at Odyssey's Buckets and Bets on March 20th through the 23rd. On the 20th and 21st, we'll be out there doing the show live at the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. As this is presented by Hard Rock Bet, we're transforming the Hard Rock into the ultimate college basketball tip-off weekend. You guys can immerse yourself with massive LED screens, drinks and beers with your crew, and real-time betting action. VIP tickets and packages are available at Ticketmaster.com. Get all the info at bucketsandbets.com. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. You must be 21 or older and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Gambling problem? Call 1-888-ADMIT-IT. And looking forward to seeing everybody out there. Silly sauce in the flesh.
Yep.
And we got to find, and we might be heat scouting. Can't decide yet. Can't decide if I'm rooting for tanking or not.
Oh, you were so wishy-washy.
I'm not wishy-washy. I just don't know yet.
You seem kind of decided.
I don't know.
You seem kind of decided a couple of days ago. Now all of a sudden you can't recall because they won a game. So make up your damn mind.
Can't help that. That's how I am. Like they pull me back in.
You mean wishy-washy?
I don't think it's wishy-washy. I think I'm a fan, and I think it's hard for me to get to the point where I root for tanking because I love them.
You were leading the charge 2 days ago.
Got to have a positive outlook on the bad too. Otherwise, we're going to be all down in the dumps. So you need old Tobes to lift your spirits. That's all. Wow. If we're losing left and right, what's the bright side of this, Tobin? Cooper Flag.
Which is a long shot.
It is a long shot. But again, even in the darkest days, Leroy, you have to look for the littlest glimmer of light to feel like your heart is brightened.
You stole that from Amy.
Who?
Amy Audibert.
Oh. Did she say that?
No, but she basically said that to you because you were down in the dumps and she was trying to make you feel better and you weren't looking at that light.
Yeah, well, I saw Amy at the arena the game after that, J-Fig, and she didn't want to look at me. She was like, oh, sorry about that.
How you wriggle out of everything you say is amazing.
What?
What, my ass? You know exactly what. Stop sitting here and acting like all of a sudden.
Can we get to You're Dead to Me?
Sure.
Let's get to a little You're Dead to Me.
You're dead to me.
Here's who's dead to me. The NFL.
Because there's no football. You'll be back.
No. Quite the opposite, my friend. Quite the opposite. Has nothing to do with that. The NFL is dead to me because it is riddled with cowards. Unfortunately, because of how the New York Giants screwed the pooch this offseason, we will not get an NFL team to do Hard Knocks off season. They could not get one team to agree to it. Ergo, we are getting Hard Knocks, North Carolina Tar Heels with Bill Belichick, which you may say that's something you're looking forward to, but I'm disappointed. I like seeing the inner workings of people going through the draft prospects, the whole thing. It was fast, even though we saw a boob in this Joe Shane. He sucks. But I'm telling you, dude, it was great television. The best Hard Knocks, bar none. And
I mean, you will always remember from that show him going, the owner going, you really want to let Saquon go?
Right. But you want to know something, dude? For a league that demands the most out of its players, play through pain, play through tough conditions, snow, sleet, injuries. Oh, but I can't have my draft board on television. Ooh. Cowards. All of you, all 31 of you. Joe Shane, you may look like an idiot, but at least you had the cajones to do it. You're dead to me, NFL front offices and coaching staffs. Leroy?
All right. So this morning, got up bright and early.
Yep.
did a little bit of stretching.
Yep.
Say I'm gonna go get my little favorite sandwich from Einstein Bagels. I go into Einstein Bagels. I see this new sausage and bacon roll. I say, I want to get my sandwich on that. They go, you can't get that one. You can only get that through the app.
That's a thing.
And I'm like,
I cannot stand that.
So I'm like, then put them in the back. Don't put it right here. I'm walking across the thing. I see it. I want to get it. They go, we can't give it to you. We don't know how to ring it up. I'm like, but you don't ring up none. You just ring up Gourmet Bagel. Right? Well, our manager's right there. So I go talk to him. I said, do you know how absolutely ridiculous it is that half of the time I come in here, you don't have the bagels I want? And then you finally have a bagel and you say, no, you can't buy that one? You know how ridiculous that sounds?
So the manager couldn't help you at all and get...
No, they go, just charge it. Just do it as a gourmet bagel, which is what they do anyway. For all the other bagels, there's no jalapeno roll button. It's just gourmet. And the guy tried to tell me, well, because of the way we, count the bagels, the numbers would be off. The inventory would be off. I'm like, are you bleeping kidding me? You talking to me about inventory? I'm like, there's 5 right there in front of me. So Einstein Bagels, you're dead to me. Half the time I go there, you don't have the ones I want. And now you tell me you got a new roll and I can't get it because your numbers won't be right? What the hell is going on?
So you're never going to Einstein's Bagels again?
Tomorrow. You'll be back. Exactly. Tomorrow.
And you downloaded the app, didn't you?
No, I didn't. No. Yeah, listen. Absolutely not.
Come on.
Absolutely not.
Come on. Just have Stitchy Mouse do it for you.
Let me be clear. One of the reasons why I don't order food on online, right, is for the same reason why I don't order a sub at Publix online. I barely trust them making it while I'm there. I'm not going to just leave it up to the sub gods to hope I get the right one.
They're not going to get the right one if you're seeing them off the stand.
The last time I ordered one, I called and ordered one in advance. I said I wanted on a cheese roll, right? The stupid thing came in, it was on a bagel. I hate bagels. So now I'm all the way home with a sandwich that I thought I ordered on a roll, and it came up on a bagel. So, no, I want to watch them make it.
Jennifer, who's dead to you?
Wow. You know what? Don't worry, Leroy, because you don't want a bagel and you don't want to go to Einstein's Bagels, quote unquote. I got you. This is your new go-to.
Ugh, what is that? What is that? Is that like a sea slug? What is that?
So I have no idea. There is a guy who is a fisherman that does deep sea fishing, and he pulls up the most creepiest, nastiest things from the water. And
that wasn't a sandwich?
Exactly.
Is it a sandwich?
This looks like an alien burger. I don't know what it is, but it's nasty.
Is it animal? Is that an eye up here? Up top?
I think so. I don't know what that is.
It looks like a mollusk or something.
It looks atrocious. What if one day you're just in the water and then
what are you doing?
comes up to
No. You don't even know what that is.
A mollusk?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got it it's in paella.
I think you're saying it wrong.
A mollusk? I don't think I am.
Dude,
is that like, you know what? I'm not even gonna address that. I'm not. Something else that I would be very scared to be swimming next to is this. This right here is dead to me.
So sea life is dead to you.
No, just very uncomfortable looking sea life is dead to me. That looks like it was in the movie Mars Attacks.
Or Jimmy.
Oof.
Wait, is that eyes in a mouth? Oh, we looking at this thing wrong.
That's what I think it is. But like, what is that? That's the real question. And people are saying it's an alien in the water.
Really? There you go. And you just think you swimming with sharks.
Like
A
I
mollusk.
said, I prefer that than anything else.
Mollusks are a large group of invertebrates that include snails, clams, and octopus. See? I knew what I was talking about. Brittany? Who's that to you?
I feel kind of on the spot, but I was thinking about it while you guys were talking. And I don't know who's an F1 fan around here, but I'm a huge F1 fan. So I'm going to say that Toto Wolff is dead to me. He's the CEO of Mercedes AMG. And Lewis Hamilton was just on the cover of Times Magazine. And everybody is ripping him to shreds because he was responding to something that Toto Wolff said last season about how he's an old man and that he's not going to win another championship. And so he said, don't compare me to other 40-year-olds. I don't have a kid. I don't have a wife. I'm completely focused on winning.
Wow.
And now you're ripping him to shreds. So Toto Wolff, you're dead to me because you did this to Lewis Hamilton.
Wait, Toto Wolff is a person?
Yeah.
Yes, Toto Wolff is the CEO of.
Isn't he? Didn't Lewis Hamilton switch though?
Yes, now he's with Ferrari, and so he's
Right.
just yes.
Right.
So I blame Toto Wolff for everyone hating Lewis Hamilton now. So he's dead to me, and also he made his last season terrible. So that's that. Some F1
Right.
knowledge for everyone.
That was some F1 knowledge. I appreciate
That was
that,
good. I
Brittany.
like that. Thank you.
Go to hell, Toto.
Toto. His name is
You're
Toto
dead.
for real? Like
That's his
Toto the
nickname.
group?
I swear on his life, his name is Toto Wolff.
It goes, it says on his Wikipedia, Torger Christian Toto Wolff. 2 F's, though. That's how you know he's extra evil.
Okay.
That's our show, everybody. We will talk to you rascals on Monday.